Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Geno's 40th Anniversary Game of the Week on MyBasin.com. My name is Josh Eldridge, and we've got a good one for you coming up today. The Crosspoint Christian Warriors hosting the Lost River Raiders, a doubleheader today featuring the girls and boys basketball teams from each schools. Getting things started with the girls here in just a few minutes. Lost River, the visitors today, enter with a 9-8 overall record and a 3-1 mark in conference play. This is a non-conference game, and in fact, an interclassification game. Lost River, a 2A school. Crosspoint Christian, a 1A school. But, of course, with the geography as it is, always nice to get together with a fellow Klamath Basin team. Taking a deeper look at the Lost River Lady Raiders last night, a win against Culver, 40-34. And, in fact, they are winners of 6 of their last 7 games, with wins against Lapine, Rogue River, Oak Ridge, Butte Valley, and Lowell to go along with the win against Culver last night. Their only loss, a 67-28 loss back on Tuesday against Trinity Lutheran, who, as it stands, is one of the very best teams in the 2A classification. 10-7 overall. They're unbeaten in East Cascades Conference play. That's Lost River's only league loss so far this season. For Crosspoint Christian, they're on a pretty good start, too. 11-3. Their record this season. They won their first 6 games of the year and are also winners of 3 of their last 4. Their one loss, a 2-point loss to Northlake back on Tuesday. Northlake leading the Mountain Valley League, and they're a quality opponent to Northlake on the season. 14-2, the 12th best team according to the OSA computer rankings. That's Crosspoint Christian's one of their only losses in league play so far this season. Back on Thursday, a 73-17 win for the Lady Warriors against Prospect Charter. Both of these teams playing good basketball right now and get a chance to go after each other on our Geno's Game of the Week. We're going to take a quick break on our pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about these two teams, introduce you to the starting lineups, and get ready for tip-off today on MyBasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Welcome you back to MyBasin.com. The Geno's 40th Anniversary Game of the Week today. The Lost River Raiders taking on the Crosspoint Christian Warriors, girls and boys basketball today. Josh Eldridge here, joined by Walter Hartley today. Walter, you saw these Crosspoint Christian girls last week against Chiloquin. I haven't seen them yet this season, so how would you talk about how these girls play basketball?
I'd say they've got a very deep roster. A lot of these girls can score. They play well as a team, classic Crosspoint basketball. A player to keep your eye on, Riley Paulson. She hit 6 threes last time we covered them, and a couple of them were from the logo.
All right, deep shooters for Crosspoint Christian. Looks like we're about ready to hear the national anthem here tonight at Crosspoint Christian School. So we're going to step aside one more time on our pregame coverage. When we come back, we'll introduce you to our starters and get ready for tip-off, the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games, all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community, engaged.
Josh Eldridge and Walter Hartley back with you for the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. We're getting introduced to our starting lineups here today at Crosspoint Christian School, so we'll go ahead and let you know who's starting for the visiting Lost River Lady Raiders. Number 14, a senior, Macy Thompson. Number 21, a senior, Madison Holster. Number 24, a freshman, Mackenzie Lyman. Number 42, a senior, Carla Navarro. And number 50, a senior, Taya Ongman. The Lost River Raiders are coached by Jennifer Hartman, and she's assisted by Clint Hill. And now the starters for the Crosspoint Christian Lady Warriors. Number 4, a freshman standing 5'6", Riley Paulson. Number 13, a freshman standing 5'5", Emily Hogan. Number 15, a sophomore standing 5'5", Olivia Fenner. Number 20, a sophomore standing 5'9", Sayori Serrano Lopez. And number 41, a junior standing 6 foot tall, Chloe Butler. The Warriors are coached by Mike Johnson, and he's assisted by Jacob Cross and Salem Toner. Bring up our scoreboard for you tonight. Of course, Geno's 40th anniversary. They're celebrating all year long down on East Main Street. Open up every single morning at 6:30, serving up their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at ilovegenos.com or have it brought to you with DoorDash. Also excited to announce March 20th will be the second annual Geno's All-Star Classic at Mazama High School, something we did a season ago with the Basin All-Stars, and it was just a great night at Mazama, and planning on doing it again this year, March 20th with Geno's on East Main. Thompson and Butler in the circle to start this one, and the Warriors start with the basketball. They go from left to right. Paulson is going to be bothered on the perimeter a little bit. Now on the right side with it is Fenner. Guarded there by Madison Holster. Pass goes to Paulson, top of the key. Freshman seems to shoot it from anywhere. Here she comes, taking a screen going right. Sets her feet from beyond the arc, but leaves the three-point attempt short. Fenner chases down the miss, and they give it back outside to Serrano Lopez. Pass then goes to Fenner on the left side. Whips the pass to Hogan from the right wing. She tries a three. It's no good. And Navarro tracks down the rebound for Lost River. Mackenzie Lyman to bring it up for the Lady Raiders. Pass comes to the near side. It's Macy Thompson. They throw it to Navarro, who makes the extra pass to Lyman on the wing. Now to Thompson, head of the key. Trying to get it down underneath to Ongman on the right block. Ongman able to get up and score the first 2 points of the contest. Lost River in front with 6:57 to go in the first quarter. Crosspoint Christian going to travel on the other way. The freshman Hogan taking too many steps. So Lost River will get it back. Again, both of these teams winners their last time out. Lost River defeating Culver last night. Crosspoint Christian also with a win. Raiders trying to move the ball up the floor, but they turn it over. Ongman unable to haul in the pass cleanly, and here come the Lady Warriors, led by Riley Paulson. And a whistle. Got to reset the shot clock. I think might have to take a few seconds off the 35 that are up there, but probably not too much. As Crosspoint was moving the ball into the front court. Their win last night, it had escaped me a moment ago, was 73-17 against Prospect Charter. It's the second time they've scored 70 or more points this season. The other was our previous Geno's game of the week against Chiloquin back on the 16th when they won 73-38. Paulson driving in the left side, kicks it out to Serrano Lopez. Now to the hands of Hogan. Gives it up to Fenner, then they kick it to Paulson on the wing. Down underneath to Fenner, her back to the basket, tries to loop up a layup, unable to get it to go, and Navarro gets the miss for Lost River, although she has it poked free by Paulson. Paulson then fouled on the baseline, and so should remain Warriors basketball. Score still 2-0. Lost River leads, 6:07 to go in the first quarter. Paulson to inbound for the Warriors, getting it quickly to Fenner here on the wing. Guarded there by Holster. They skip the pass across the floor to Paulson. Tries a three from the left side. This time she finds it. First three for Riley Paulson tonight, and she gives her team a 1-point lead. Under 6 minutes to go in the first. And a whistle on the far side of the floor. They're going to charge it to Paulson. That'll be her first, and the team's first.
Boy, Paulson was deep when she shot that. She's about 5 feet beyond the arc.
Yeah, now she can really shoot it. I'm excited to see her try to knock down a few more of those. Like you said, hit 6 earlier in the year. Navarro going to kick the pass over to Lyman. Now it's over to Thompson there on the wing, trying to find Ongman there on the right block. Scored from there earlier, unable to this time, and it's going to be Butler who pulls down the rebound for Crosspoint Christian. Now it's Paulson bringing it up. Across the timeline for the Warriors. Gets to the right wing and then gives it up to Hogan for a straightaway three, unable to hit it. And the rebound falls to Mackenzie Lyman. She leads the Raiders the other way. Has it top of the key, tries to skip the pass to Holter, tipped out of bounds by Fenner. So the Raiders get to keep it, but good active hands there by Olivia Fenner, the sophomore for the Lady Warriors. Now to the hands of Lyman to Navarro. Back to Lyman, now to Holster. Has on the right side, there's Thompson, skips the pass to Ongman underneath. Ongman fields a double team and then turns it over. Emily Hogan one-on-one in the fast break against Lyman, and Lyman stops her and forces her to travel. Good defense by Mackenzie Lyman, recovering there. The freshman making a veteran play.
I like what Lost River is trying to do on offense. They're trying to work it into the middle, work it outside, trying to create opportunities through passing. It's just that Crosspoint has played such intense defense so far this game that they've forced turnovers and errors.
Navarro trying to bring it up here for the Raiders and has her pocket picked. It goes out of bounds, though. So the Raiders will get to keep it, but Riley Paulson poking that one free. And so Navarro's going to check out, and she'll be replaced by Karime Fernandez. Pass goes to Thompson on the right wing. One step inside the arc. Fenner knocks it loose from her. Goes out of bounds. Raiders keep it. 24 seconds on the shot clock. And here we go. Madison Holster, the senior, to inbound for Lost River. Finds Lyman on the right side. Dribbles it back out well beyond the arc. Trying to set up the Raider offense. Pass comes near side to Holster. Trying to find Onbingen on the block, but it's poked free by Paulson. Raiders recover in the backcourt, but the shot clock resets. Thompson dumping it underneath. That's Fernandez now outside to Holster. They give it back to Fernandez on the right side. Fenner again knocks it free, but Fernandez recollects, puts up a mid-range shot that's left short, and Paulson gets the loose ball. Rolls it ahead to Hogan in transition. She kicks it back outside, finds its way to Paulson. Paulson driving in, now gives it back up to Hogan on the right side, now to the hands of Serrano Lopez. She has it top of the key, now to the hands of Hogan. Bouncing it to Fenner here in the near corner, lofting it high to Paulson straight away. Dumping it underneath to Butler, one-on-one against Tia Ogman. Ogman's going to foul her, and that will send Chloe Butler to the line for a pair. Score is still 3-2, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I like what Butler did there. She used her size, standing at 6'6", to draw the foul from Tia Ogman. She just went up, straight up, and Ogman fouled her.
First free throw left short, this time for Butler. Checking in for Crosspoint, Kiera Mahan, a senior. She will replace Serrano Lopez. Second free throw on the way for Chloe Butler. That one is no good, and Ogman gets the miss for Lost River. Here they come. Madison Holster leading them into the front court. Holster has it top of the key, throws it near side to Lyman, back to Holster, now to Fernandez. Trying to beat the zone defense from Crosspoint Christian, but they turn it over, and it winds up being a held ball.
Again, another great idea from Lost River, just not able to execute because of the defense from Crosspoint.
Lost River has Camden Cantrell check into the game. She'll replace Macy Thompson. Raiders' one bucket so far was a close-in shot from Tia Ogman from the right block. See if they try to get it to her again. It looked like she was set to receive the inbound pass, but instead they find Cantrell on the left side. Her mid-range jumper's off the mark. The rebound goes out of bounds, and the Raiders keep it. So it'll be Madison Holster once more. Holster trying to look for her player on the block. Instead, they find Ogman in the corner beyond the arc. Now over to Lyman. Has it top of the key. Now Fernandez left side. They give it up to Cantrell in the near corner. She fields a double team. The pass goes around the perimeter and then is poked free by Olivia Fenner. All alone in transition. Fenner can't hit the layup. Crosspoint gets the offensive board, but still can't finish in tight. Fernandez gets the rebound. She's guarded tightly along the baseline. It's going to force Lost River into a timeout. Coach Jennifer Hartman wanting to reset things for her squad. 3:21 to go in the first quarter. Crosspoint leads Lost River 3-2. Back with more next on mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
3-2 our score. Crosspoint Christian leading Lost River in our Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. Still only just getting started, though, midway through the first. And Lost River start with the basketball, nearly turn it over a few times before Lyman's able to bring it into the front court. She's bothered by Cantrell all the way up. Tough defense being played by Crosspoint Christian here. Pass goes to Fernandez. They try to get it down low to Ogman, but it's taken away by the Warriors again, only for Mahan to lose it in transition. Lost River coming the other way. It's Lyman. She nearly loses it. Now Holster finds Ogman on the left block. Down underneath to Cantrell. Stolen by Fenner, and then she steps out of bounds. Chaotic turn of events here for both teams. It feels like there was about 4 turnovers in that 20-second time span.
It's tough to keep up as the viewer.
Yeah. Try the guy calling it. Butler going to check out of the game. She was, I believe, replaced by Serrano Lopez returned to the game. That seems right. Ogman picked up her first foul. It's the team's second there. And Holster to inbound. Trying to find anybody. Holster in danger of a 5-second violation. Finds Fernandez on the near side. They try to find Cantrell on the left block, but it's poked free, and the Warriors have it. Can they actually capitalize on having possession? But first, Coach Johnson will call timeout. He needs to reset things. Probably the right call. 2:41 to go in the first. Still 3-2. Warriors lead. Back with more next on mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Score still 3-2, 2:41 to go in the first quarter. Crosspoint Christian leading Lost River here today, the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. First of a doubleheader today. Also want to remind you folks, Klamath Basin sports fans, Oregon Tech Hustlin' and Lady Owls playing today against Evergreen State University. 3 o'clock start for the women, 5 o'clock start for the men. You can always listen to those games on our radio stations. Paulson, a deep three is off the mark, and the rebound is collected by Tess Hill for Lost River. A late addition to the varsity starting roster today. Hill's going to kick it over to Fernandez. Then on the wing to, I believe that's Cantrell. She rolls the pass over to Hill. Hill then throws it near side to Fernandez. Back to Lyman. Zone defense here for Crosspoint Christian. Ongman has it in the near extended corner. They come out to double her, and they get rid of it to Lyman. 10 seconds to shoot for Lost River. Trying to find Cantrell on the block. Instead, it's Lyman who picks it up, goes up with the shot. No good. Crosspoint Christian out in transition. It's Riley Paulson all alone, and she scores with the left hand. She's got 5 points today, and that's all of her team's offense as they lead by 3. Ball going the other way. Was it a charge?
I believe it was. I believe that Riley Paulson took a charge, and Crosspoint has the ball.
So if that was a charge, then I think the foul would be against Mackenzie Lyman, but
that's what it says. Number 50?
24. It's all right. So I was curious if they haven't updated the scoreboard or if it was a foul or if it was someone stepped out or what. Either way, the Warriors have the ball. Checking into the game for them, Natalie Howard. Serrano Lopez has it on the right elbow. They try to feed Fenner underneath. She kicks it out to Hogan for a right wing three that won't go, and the rebound pulled in by Augman. Gives it up to Hill. Tess Hill over half court, dribbles up, head of the key, gives it up to Fernandez, then Augman on the block. Augman then gives it up to Hill. Now to Lyman. In the corner to Cantrell. The Raiders working it around the perimeter. Hill tries to find Cantrell near the free throw line from the mid-range, unable to hit. The rebound pulled in by Kiera Mahan. The Warriors battle for it, finally being able to bring it up. Here's Hogan. Hogan stops along the right arc, kicks it to Fenner. She's unable to bring it in. It bounces off Hill, back to Fenner. She drives in and gets fouled.
They're really letting them play today.
Olivia Fenner going to the line for 2, and I don't think she intended to end up with the basketball on that play. She tried to get rid of it in the pass, got it poked free. It fell right back to her and said, well, might as well shoot it.
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Left side there. No good on the first free throw. Butler looks like she's getting ready to check in. She'll replace Kiera Mahan. Score still 5-2. Here's Fenner for her second. Unable to hit that one. The rebound is tracked down by Camden Cantrell for Lost River. Now Tess Hill brings it on the far side of the floor. Hill throws it to Fernandez, only for it to be poked free by Hogan. Hogan switches to her left hand on the drive in and then is ran into from behind by Cantrell. No whistle. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors.
Like I said, letting them play.
Yeah, that's a good example of it for sure. It's going to be Olivia Fenner to inbound for Crosspoint Christian. Taya Augman checks out for Lost River. Macy Thompson returns for the Raiders. And here we go. Fenner to inbound. Lofts it on the left wing to Hogan. 44 seconds to go in the first. 5-2 Warrior lead. Hogan trying to kick it to Fenner. Had trouble for a moment, but reins it in. Now Lopez on the wing. Over to Fenner. Fenner trying to drive left. Switches to her right hand. Gets in the middle. Off the glass and in. Olivia Fenner with a great finish inside for her first 2 points of the contest. 7-2 the Warriors lead. Here's Tess Hill, top of the key for the Raiders. Down underneath to Fernandez. They give it to Cantrell. Shot clock is off. 18 seconds to go in the first period. Here's Lyman. They throw it to Fernandez. A shot from 15 rattles home. 7-4. Clock still moving. 7 seconds to go in the first. Lost River with a turnover. They give it to Hill. A shot from the free throw line won't go. Fernandez at the first quarter buzzer gets one to drop. And the Raiders with a late surge able to make it a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter. 7-6 as we go to the second. The Geno's Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Getting set for the second quarter of action today at Crosspoint Christian School. The Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week is also brought to you in part by God's Gifts Photography. If you're a parent of a high school athlete tired of trying to take good photos and keep up with the action, there is a solution. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search up Annalisa Casson on Facebook. God's Gifts 2. Warriors lead by 1. They start with the basketball. Emily Hogan's going to turn it over. Tess Hill has it now for the Raiders. Pass goes ahead to Lyman. Throws it to Fernandez on the wing. Back to Lyman. Now to the hands of Hill. They skip the pass to Cantrell on the right wing. Now Fernandez to Thompson. Raiders making the extra pass. Cantrell has some space down low, and she gets fouled from behind. So Camden Cantrell, the junior, will head to the free throw line for Lost River. These will be their first free throw attempts of the day so far. Good opportunity to also remind you today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. They use a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness. Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance has been treating athletes of all ages since 2020. First free throw good for Cantrell. Second one on the way. That one's off the mark, so we'll stay tied at 7 with 30 seconds gone here in the second quarter. Riley Paulson trying to bring it up here for the Warriors. Into the front court, fields a double team. Tries to dribble out of it. Bounce it to Serrano Lopez for a corner three. It's too strong. Rebound picked up by the Raiders. Here's Hill. Throws it ahead to Lyman. Lyman being trailed by Fenner and wound up turning it over. Heard the footsteps from Olivia Fenner and then threw an errant pass as a result. Inbound pass is going to be out the hands of Natalie Howard. She gives it up to Riley Paulson. Paulson heaves a pass ahead to Butler, making the extra pass down low to Serrano Lopez for an easy look at 2. Great basketball there for Serrano Lopez. Credit the assist to Butler. Loose ball here on the near side. Lost River nearly turning it over. Down underneath to Thompson. She can't control it. They do turn it over. And a scramble for the basketball. Natalie Howard is hacked on the near side. They're going to charge the foul to Macy Thompson. And Natalie Howard to inbound for Crosspoint. Riley Paulson now with it. Paulson now brings it up with her left hand around 3 Raiders. A beautiful pass down low to Howard. A strong take. She's fouled. But that was the result of a great entry pass from the freshman Riley Paulson. It's going to give 2 free throws to Natalie Howard. Crosspoint has had 4 previous attempts at the line as a team. They haven't hit one yet, but these are Howard's first. And she makes it. Ogman checks back in for Lost River. Also Hogan in for Fenner for Crosspoint. And a second free throw for Natalie Howard. That one's good. One more sub in for Crosspoint. It'll be Kiara Mahan. She will replace Howard, who is at the free throw line, and the inbound pass for Lost River goes to Holster. The Warriors pressing here on defense. They get it ahead to Hill, who's able to cross the timeline for Lost River. Cantrell tries to get the pass back outside to Hill. Hill has to get on the deck to get it. She tries to get rid of it to Ongman in a tie-up on the left extended arc. The possession arrow is going to stay with the Raiders. I think we're glad to fix the shot clock. 22 seconds on the shot clock, and I think we're ready to go. Madison Holster to inbound for the Lady Raiders. She'll get it right to Hill. Again, zone defense for Crosspoint. Camden Cantrell gives it to Hill, now to Holster. Has some time at the top of the arc, but gets rid of the pass to Fernandez. Down underneath to Augman, back outside to Fernandez. A long two is off the mark, and the rebound falls to Riley Paulson. She has to get around 3 Raiders to bring it into the front court, and does. Dribbles the left side, racing by everybody, drives in. She's unable to hit the shot, and a late whistle. I think that's going to give her free throws, and it will. They're going to call the foul to Holster. And that's going to give free throws to Riley Paulson. These will be Paulson's first free throws of the game. She's got 5 points so far today. Broadcast brought to you in part by the Pacific Power Foundation, whose goal is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through charitable investments. Over the past 5 years, the foundation has awarded over $13 million to nonprofit organizations. Big thanks to the Pacific Power Foundation for supporting us for this season of covering high school basketball in the Klamath Basin.
She makes both.
13-7 the score. Under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Hill is going to get rid of it to Cantrell on the right block. Dribbles in, has her shot bothered underneath by Serrano Lopez, but scores anyway. Nice bucket there underneath for Lost River. Hogan having trouble bringing it up, gets it to Paulson, who rifles the pass ahead to Butler. She drives the right block, finds Serrano Lopez cutting, but it bounces off her hands and out of bounds. It's actually Lost River boys basketball coach Brad Johnson who fields that one as it goes out. We'll see him later on in the Lost River boys game as they take on Crosspoint after the conclusion of this one. Tess Hill bringing it up for the Lady Raiders, facing this press from the Warriors. They find Fernandez in the front court and Cantrell on the wing. Back to Fernandez, rifles the pass down low to Ongman, then to Cantrell in close. She's unable to score. Lost River's spacing, not where I think they want it to be. That was a good play design, but players just kind of wound up on top of each other, and now the Warriors will get the basketball.
Lots of contact this game. You've got a lot of good scrappy hustle plays that lead to a lot of contact. Not a lot of fouls being called. They're letting them play, like I said. And, yeah.
5:16 to go in the first half. 13-9. Crosspoint leads. Pass goes down underneath to Butler. She skates to the cup, scores, and one. Butler with her first bucket tonight, and she gets to shoot her third free throw of the game here. Previous, she's 0 for 2. The junior a chance to extend this lead for her Warriors. Free throw's good. Score now 16-9. Crosspoint leads Lost River. 5:06 to go in the second. Hill nearly travels, then almost turns it over, but the ball finds its way to Madison Holster. Then to Hill. The Warriors suffocating on defense right now. Augman gets the ball in close, but she misses the shot from 8 feet out, and the Warriors get the rebound. Throw it ahead to Fenner. Now to the hands of Paulson. The Warriors have numbers again. Augman all alone underneath. The Warriors dribble the ball out of bounds, though. Only had one to beat, but the presence of Augman just enough to force a misstep from the Warriors. Madison Holster to inbound for Lost River. It's going to get it to Lyman. Throws it ahead to Augman here on the near side. Tosses it to Holster. Holster top of the key to Hill. Rifles the pass at the free throw line to Lyman. Turns around, puts up the shot, no good. And the rebound is going to be tipped out by Butler. So the Raiders keep it. Hill to inbound. Trying to set a screen. They get it to Augman, but she's not able to find it. Hogan Now 1v2 on the fast break. She's unable to score. Paulson gets the rebound and then gets fouled. They're going to say it's on the floor, but I think that's the 5th team foul anyway for Lost River, so it should earn free throws for Riley Paulson. And a timeout called by Coach Hartman. We'll take it with her. Again, 16-9, 4:24 to go in the second quarter. Back with more next on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you're aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
16-9 the score. Crosspoint Christian leading Lost River. 4:24 to go in the second quarter. Gino's 40th anniversary game of the week. Thank you so much for joining us today, however you found us. It's always great to be able to come out here to some of the smaller schools, the 1A and 2A schools in the Basin, and see what everyone's been up to. The Crosspoint Christian Lady Warriors in the hunt for a postseason berth. Same for Lost River. And we'll talk about the playoff qualifications for the Mountain Valley League and the East Cascades Conference during our halftime show today. So stick around during the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show as we preview what the postseason might look like, although far too early to tell exactly. We'll also get ready for the boys' game tonight. Couple of free throws coming up for Riley Paulson. She's 2 for 2 at the line so far with 7 total points. And she's shooting 2. First is no good. No sub set to come in yet. And the second free throw for Paulson is up, and it is good. Score 17-9 now in favor of the Warriors. 4:24 to go. Hill racing ahead. They get it down low to Cantrell. 2-on-2. The Raiders have an advantage down underneath. Nearly turn it over. Cantrell wrestling for it with Serrano Lopez and a tie-up. I think that's going to give possession to the Warriors. No, the Raiders keep it. Don't see the possession arrow from our vantage point inside the gym, so have to wait for the signal. Holster gets it down low to Ongman. She's unable to hit the shot in close, and this time it'll be Warriors basketball after the tie-up. Paulson going to inbound for Crosspoint Christian. Coach Mike Johnson in his first year coaching this team, trying to direct his team on what to do here in the front court. Paulson gives it up to Hogan, whips the pass to Fenner there on the wing. Fenner dribbles inside, then tries to find Paulson top of the key. They give it out to her beyond the arc, down underneath to Butler on the right block against Augman, unable to score. Hogan pulls down the rebound, uses the glass to score from 12 feet out. And it's a 10-point lead for Crosspoint Christian, and Emily Hogan getting her first 2 points of the game. Hill bringing it up for Lost River. Get it to Lyman, top of the key. She dribbles it back out. Now to the hands of Holster on the right side. Down to Augman in the paint. Goes up close in, unable to hit. And the rebound falls to Lost River, but Lyman is going to, that was Holster, traveled as she fell over. And so the Warriors get it. Carla Navarro checking back in for Lost River. Paulson to inbound for Crosspoint, and here they come into the front court. Paulson on the left side, guarded by Lyman. Trying to get it to Serrano Lopez on the left side. Goes to work on the block. Gets in the paint. High off the window, won't go, and the rebound falls to Lyman. Lost River working the other way. Trailing by 10 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Trying to roll it to Ongman, but she wasn't able to get there. Lost River keeps it, though, after Crosspoint Christian gives the basketball right back. Lyman trying to find Holster. Tipped by Paulson. Out of bounds it goes. Raiders keep it. Neither team taking particularly good care of the basketball here in the first half. Not keeping turnover numbers, but both teams got to be up there at this point.
About 4 in the span of 2 seconds.
Yeah, the Warriors just able to get those points after turnovers, which are so coveted. Holster, top of the key. Giving it over to Cantrell. Down underneath to Navarro. She's got it trapped on the right elbow, and Paulson takes it away from her. Paulson up the far sideline, rolls the pass to Hogan down low. It was tipped away for a moment by Lost River. The Warriors recollect, and now Holster rips it free, only to lead to a travel by Madison Holster. Coach Hartman less than pleased with that call. Hard to blame her. The officials going to discuss this one. Holster was wrapped up. She would have traveled had there not been a foul, but instead they're going to call a held ball, I think.
I'm not sure anything that just happened.
When there's a whistle and both coaches throw their head into their hands, it's hard to really make out what happened. But it looks like Lost River is going to start with the basketball out of our quick break. Navarro inbounds to Fernandez. She's guarded tightly, has to get rid of it to somebody. Instead, turns it over to Fenner. She can't score in close. A scramble for it in the paint and a tie-up, this time decisively called by both officials in near close. 2:20 to go in the first half, 19-9, Crosspoint leads. All right. Fenner to inbound, quickly to Paulson, and near corner three is good. Lost River going the other way, but they turn it over. Hogan all alone down close, can't score. The rebound falls to Fenner. Falling away from the cup, she scores, and one. Tough shot for Olivia Fenner down low. High off the window and in. One free throw coming up for her now after that score. Fenner 0 for 2 on a previous trip. 4 points on the game. And a chance at the line here as her team building out a big advantage here in the second quarter. She makes the three-point play come true. Lyman skips the pass ahead to Macy Thompson, then to Taya Ongman, throws it to Fernandez. It's poked out of bounds by Olivia Fenner. Active hands won't lead to a turnover, but it does allow your defense to reset, which has been so good, especially here in the second quarter.
Great hustle from Olivia to get back and interrupt that pass. Poke it out of bounds. Let your team recover on defense.
Inbound pass to Thompson is poked out by Paulson. There we go. Had to fix the shot clock. 28 seconds. All right. Fernandez to inbound. Lofts it to Lyman. Lyman back to Fernandez. She is going to turn it over. Olivia Fenner has it. The Warriors had numbers if they wanted the transition points. Instead, Fenner's going to pick up the dribble, top of the key. Give it up to Hogan. Hogan then to Paulson. Taken away by Navarro. Navarro one-on-one in the fast break against Riley Paulson. Goes up strong but leaves the lay-in short. The rebound taken away by Mahan. Tries to find Paulson on the baseline, but the ball rolls out of bounds. Last touched by Carla Navarro, who is in on the action too for Lost River. Tess Hill going to check back in, and to the bench goes Carme Fernandez. Paulson bringing it up. And a car crash there in the paint between Navarro and Paulson. Navarro going to be hit with the foul.
The Raiders getting rowdy early in this game.
Paulson's going to give some free throws. Yeah, I think that's 17 fouls now in this second quarter for Lost River. And, of course, Crosspoint now in the bonus. So free throws coming. Paulson knocks that one down. That puts her at 4 for 5 on the game and one more on the way. Another one coming for Paulson. That one rolls off the iron, no good. The rebound is going to go out of bounds, last touched by Serrano Lopez. It's also going to allow Natalie Howard to check into the game. She'll replace Paulson. All right, Holster. That was Hill, inbounds to Lyman. Now to Navarro on the wing, back to Lyman, over to Hill on the right side. Thought about a three for a moment, then gets it to Thompson on the right block, puts up a shot, no good. The rebound won by Navarro, back up off the glass and in. Navarro's got her first 2 points of the contest. It'll be Emily Hogan who brings it up for Crosspoint. Throws the pass over to Howard. Howard dribbling along the left side. He's going to throw the pass to Fenner. Fenner back to Howard. Howard trying to find Hogan on the right side. She drives right near the baseline, fields a double team. Navarro steals it from her, tries to bounce the pass to Lyman, then taken away by the Warriors. Emily Hogan has it on the right side, then to Fenner for a near corner three, no, and the rebound is going to Thompson, who is then fouled by Natalie Howard. Shot clock will be off for Lost River's possession here. 32 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The score 26-11. Into the front court here is Lyman. Dribbles up top of the key. Throws it outside to Hill on the right side. Back to Lyman. Now Navarro. Navarro to Lyman. She tries a straightaway triple. It's good. 26-13. 13 seconds to go in the half. Crosspoint could take the final shot if they want it, but Lost River comes up with a turnover. Lyman now into the front court, outnumbered, stops from about 8 feet out, unable to hit the shot, gets her own rebound. The shot blocked down underneath and unable to get an next one off before the time expires in the first half. 26-14 the score. We're going to the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show next on the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
It is time for the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to its members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles, where they feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. Our score at halftime with the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week, Crosspoint Christian 26, Lost River 14. Let's go down the leading scorers for you. We'll start with the team in front. That's Crosspoint Christian, who is led by Riley Paulson. The freshman has 12 points through one half of play. She's helped out by 5 from Olivia Fenner, 3 from Chloe Butler, and 2 each from Emily Hogan, Sayori Serrano-Lopez, and Natalie Howard, your scorers for Crosspoint Christian. For Lost River, they are led by Karime Fernandez. She's got 4. They've got 3 each from Camden Cantrell and Mackenzie Lyman, and 2 each from Carla Navarro and Taya Ongman, your scorers there for Lost River. Walter, I think the story of this first half is a physical game so far, but Crosspoint Christian just playing tough defense all game long.
Yeah, I think the difference in the score right now is the fouls. I mean, in the second quarter, Lost River had 17 fouls, whereas Crosspoint only had 2. Crosspoint's playing clean, hard defense, whereas Lost River is getting a little bit more physical, a little bit more contact, just enough to draw those extra fouls and let Crosspoint go to the line a little bit more.
Yeah, Crosspoint Christian has 6 made free throws in the first half. Lost River has only taken 2 free throws, and they're 1 for 2. So I think Lost River is going to have to maybe try to work on creating some contact themselves, get into the line, and limit the fouls. But for Lost River's part, when they're able to get the ball in close and operate the offense, they're creating good looks for themselves. They're knocking down a couple of tough shots. It's just hard to find a rhythm against Crosspoint Christian.
It's hard to even get down to take a good shot.
Yeah.
Just because on the press, they're getting so worked up. And I guess Crosspoint has gotten so many steals that it's hard to get Ongman in the paint or one of their posts, like linemen in the paint, to take a good shot.
26-14 our score at halftime. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll zoom out, tell you what happened in the Klamath Basin last night, tell you what's coming up later on today with the Oregon Tech Hustlin' and Lady Owls. That's as we continue the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show next on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
(26-14) the score. Halftime continues tonight at Crosspoint Christian School. About 4 minutes remaining. Gives us a couple minutes to tell you what happened around the Klamath Basin last night in terms of prep games. We'll start up in the 4A classification as far as girls basketball goes. Henley with a big win over Phoenix, 84-18 last night. Mazama girls defeating Klamath Union in the Skyline Conference, 50-37 last night. We'll go to the East Cascades Conference in the 2A. The Bonanza Lady Antlers defeating Lowell yesterday, 50-35. And, of course, the Lost River Lady Raiders in front of us with a good win against Culver, 40-34. In the 1A class in the Mountain Valley League, we had no games for Crosspoint Christian or Chiloquin. The only game featured Northlake in a commanding win against Prospect Charter, 64-8. We've got some basketball coming up tonight on 104.3 and 960 Sports and 92.5 KLAD as the Oregon Tech Hustlin' and Lady Owls take on Evergreen State University, the Gooey Ducks. Ladies tip off at 3 o'clock. The men tip off at 5. Mike Safford will be on the call there. Nearing the halfway point of the league season for each of these two teams in front of us. We can talk about what the playoffs will look like. For the 2A classification, the East Cascades Conference will get 2 automatic qualifiers into the 16-team OSAA bracket. So the top 2 finishers in the East Cascades Conference, which if that were to be today, Lost River would be one of those teams. Themselves and Trinity Lutheran would find themselves in the postseason. But, of course, Bonanza's hot on their trail, both teams 3-1. So when those teams get together, it's going to be coming up later on this season. I believe it's actually Tuesday, the 27th. We'll be at that game for our Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week between the Raiders and the Antlers. That'll be a big one coming up on Tuesday. And then in the Mountain Valley League, the top 3 teams make it to the postseason there. And Crosspoint Christian right there in the mix. They find themselves in the 3rd spot in the Mountain Valley League behind Rogue Valley Adventist Academy and Northlake. A couple of really tough teams there. But Crosspoint Christian right where they want to be about midway through the season in playoff contention and in control of this basketball game. 26-14 against Lost River. Back with 3rd quarter action next on mybasin.com.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
All I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Josh Eldridge and Walter Hartley back with you for the Geno's 40th anniversary games of the week. Today, the Lost River Raiders inside a Crosspoint Christian School taking on the Warriors. It's the Warriors who lead as we start the third quarter, 26-14. Lost River starts with the basketball. 5 on the floor for them. It's Holster, Lyman, Navarro, Thompson, and Ogman. Thompson gets it down low to Ogman. Good ball movement. Leads to a good shot. Ogman not able to hit. The Warriors have it. They're out there with Fenner, Hogan, Serrano Lopez, Butler, and Paulson. Uncontested from downtown. Paulson can't hit the three. Butler gets the rebound, and she goes back up to get fouled. So Chloe Butler to the line for 2.
Like that shot, gets the rebound, puts it up nice and strong, and it awards her a trip to the line, her third trip to the line.
She's 1 for 3 in previous attempts so far. She's got 3 points in the game. Shooting her first free throws of the second half. And here we go. The first one is no good. Camden Cantrell will come in and replace Macy Thompson. She just picked up her 3rd foul, and so want to keep her eligible for the 4th. Butler's second free throw on the way. That one bounces off. Ogman able to track down the miss. Give it up to Holster. Down to the front court to Lyman. They give it up to Navarro on the wing. Back to Lyman. Whips the pass to Holster. Down underneath to Cantrell, but it's tipped by Fenner, and the Warriors have it, only for Navarro to take it right back. Navarro from the right side, not able to hit it, and Paulson with the rebound. Paulson is going to be fouled by Navarro as she made her way up the floor. And so already quickly 2 Lost River fouls. Only about 50 seconds into the third quarter. That, by the way, I believe the 3rd foul as well for Navarro, and so she'll be replaced by Hill.
The Raiders immediately take back their press. I assume to not foul anymore.
Paulson into the front court. Has it on the right side, dumping it underneath to Butler. She goes to work against Ogman. The left-handed lay-in is off the mark. Serrano Lopez tries the putback, no dice. And this time a foul called underneath, I think against Crosspoint Christian. Going to charge it against Chloe Butler. That's her first, and the Raiders have it. Madison Holster to inbound, finds Hill. Hill going to get it to Holster down low, and she tries to bring it up the floor. Crosspoint Christian still with that tough defense. Lyman has it top of the key. Now Holster right side, back to Lyman. They whip it to Hill for it to be taken away by Serrano Lopez. She's going to slow things down for the Warrior offense and gives it up to Paulson, right extended arc. Brings it along the right side, finds Butler down low. Butler fields a double team, gets tied up underneath. Good job there by Mackenzie Lyman, the freshman for Lost River, mixing it up down low with Chloe Butler. It's going to stay Warriors basketball, but got to credit the effort on defense there. All right, Paulson to inbound. And we're ready to go. Paulson has got to find somebody. Looks to Fenner off a screen on the left side. No good. Serrano Lopez battles for the rebound with Cantrell. A tie-up favors the Raiders. And the reason Lost River gets the basketball here is because of Lyman's tie-up caused earlier. It all adds up to good basketball being played there for Lost River. Inbound pass for Holster. She's got to find somebody. Gets it to Lyman. Lyman's got to go the length of the floor. Has a double team in the backcourt. Then they give it up to Holster, who throws it ahead to Hill. The Raiders beat the press. Hill lost it to Cantrell on the left side. A high shot is off the mark. Taya Ongman battling for the rebound. She hits the deck and goes out of bounds. The basketball will be Crosspoint. 26-14 our score. 6:12 to go in the third quarter. With it now is Riley Paulson. Brings it across half court, takes a screen going left, picked up there by Hill. Now to the hands of Hogan. She tries to drive right as well, outside to Fenner. Fenner gets to the baseline, skips the pass to Serrano Lopez, takes it right and gets fouled. Nice move by Sayori Serrano Lopez, the sophomore, for her hard work, is going to the line. Today's broadcast on MyBasin.com brought to you in part by Howard's Meat Center, where tradition meets innovation with every cut and every bite of Smokin' H barbecue. As you step through their doors, you're not just entering a meat center, you're stepping back to a time when the quality of the meat and the depth of the customer service were everything. Check out Howard's Meat Center next to Les Schwab Tires on South 6th Street. First free throw for Serrano Lopez, no good. She's got a second. That one is also no good. The rebound falls to Chloe Butler. She tries to go back up, is blocked. The rebound falls to Hogan. Her shot no good. And then the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Warriors basketball. Riley Paulson again to inbound. Paulson going to look quickly to Hogan. Triggers a three right away and banks it in. Hogan now with 5 points after that made triple, and the Raiders having trouble making it into the front court. Holster loses it, but Lyman there to pick it back up. Then she has it poked free, only for Fenner to be whistled for the foul in trying to go for that steal. That'll be the second team foul for Crosspoint Christian.
The refs are definitely more on it this half as far as keeping the fouls in control.
Hill will inbound to Lyman, has it top of the key. Bounces it to Fernandez, and Fenner does come up with the steal this time. Driving in, Fenner takes it all the way home, tries with the right hand, but can't score. Hill with the board, throws it ahead to Lyman, bothered by Fenner again, and Fenner pokes it out of bounds. She is unrelenting this game. Has 5 points on offense, but her force is felt on the defensive end.
I mean, even if you don't get a steal every time you try to go for the ball, just interrupting the pace and stopping the momentum is enough to throw them off.
100%. Holster has it there on the left side, now to the hands of Hill. Here's Fernandez trying to skip the pass to Ongman underneath. It's taken away by Serrano Lopez. Here's Olivia Fenner. Gives it to Hogan on the right side, the left side. Over to Paulson, a deep three, no good. Rebound tipped up and around into the hands of Taya Ongman. Into the front court, it's Hill. Zips the pass to Holster, has it poked free for a moment. Scramble for it on the left extended arc, and a travel committed by Holster as she tried to get the pass off with her backside on the floor. Moved her feet around, and there's the travel. Natalie Howard's going to check into the game for Crosspoint. She will replace Olivia Fenner. All right, Riley Paulson ahead for Crosspoint. Lofts it down to Howard. No, pardon me, that was Mahan, and she loses it. Into the front court, here's Lyman, throws it to Fernandez on the right side. Fernandez nearly loses it here in the corner and then has it poked out by the Warriors. Raiders get to keep it, but it's a good example of what you were saying earlier, Walter. You don't get a steal every time, but you just ruin the pacing. Hill gets the interior pass into Fernandez. A shot from about 15 feet out is no good. And the rebound falls out of bounds. But first, a foul. Going to call the foul to Madison Holster. She's picked up 2 fouls in this period. That's all she has so far, but it's the team's 4th. Not even halfway through the third quarter yet. Crosspoint Christian nearing the bonus. Serrano Lopez, beautiful pass to Howard underneath. She can't score. Serrano Lopez gets the rebound for it to be taken away by Fernandez. Ahead is Lyman. Throws it to Fernandez on the wing, but overpasses. It goes out of bounds, and the Warriors get it back. To inbound will be Emily Hogan. To Riley Paulson, and off we go. 29-14 the score. 3:51 to go in the third quarter. Paulson beyond the arc. Calls for a screen going left, finds it, dribbles to the free throw line, down underneath to Mahan, cutting, and she's fouled.
Beautiful pass from Riley Paulson, just puts it right where it needs to be to the cutter, sets up her teammate for a shot, and she gets fouled and sent to the line.
Senior Kiera Mahan shooting her first free throws of the game so far. And as she does, we'll remind you tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty. They know that little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home. That's why their Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty today. All right. First free throw is no good. Second one meets the same fate, but the Warriors track down their own miss. Ball finds its way to Hogan. Then to Fenner. Fenner driving inside, high, off the glass and in, and through some contact. Fenner scores 2 and has 7 in the game. 31-14, 3.5 to go in the third. Ogman down low, throws it to Fernandez, tries to roll the pass to Hill, but she loses it. Hill going to have to wait as Coach Hartman calls timeout for Lost River. We'll take one with her. 31-14, 3:18 to go in the third. Back with more next on mybasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
31-14, 3:18 to go in the third quarter. The Crosspoint Christian Warriors lead the Lost River Raiders in the first of what is a doubleheader today from Crosspoint Christian School. The boys coming up at the conclusion of this one. Scheduled for a 3 o'clock tip-off. It'll probably be closer to 3:15 or so. And you'll be able to watch it right here on this very link. You don't have to go anywhere. Holster to inbound for Lost River. Crosspoint Christian, by the way, in the bonus now as the Raiders have 5 team fouls. Holster's inbound goes to Fernandez. Has it here on the right side, giving it back to Holster. She tries a 3, not good. The rebound is going to go out, and it'll be Warriors basketball. All right. Olivia Fenner going to bring it up here for Crosspoint Christian. Takes a screen going left, and an illegal screen is going to be called on Emily Hogan. She was moving still, didn't have her feet set. And so the Raiders is going to have it. I think Coach wanted the basketball there here on the near side.
I think so too. His player instincts kicked in.
Yeah. Here's Lost River. Going to kick it ahead to Hill. Finds Ogman down on the right block. Ogman has to battle for the basketball. A ton of contact here on the near side. Lofts it to Lyman. Back to Hill. Hill down underneath to Ogman once more. Tries to battle in. Outside to Hill for a mid-range jumper that's good. Taking the extra pass, and Tess Hill for her first 2 points of the game. 31-16, 2:42 to go in the third. Olivia Fenner throws it to Emily Hogan, head of the key. Down to Serrano Lopez on the left side, back out to Hogan. Trying to drive right, picks it up on the right elbow, looking to Fenner, but nobody's home, and the ball goes out of bounds. The Raiders will take it. Butler checks in. Paulson checks in for Crosspoint. We're going to have a sub in for Lost River at the next stoppage. It'll be Macy Thompson. Hill gives it up to Lyman. Throws it to Holster, head of the key. Holster back out to Lyman. Thought about a three, then gives it up to Hill. Now to Fernandez, rolls it to Ongman down low, up with the shot. Ongman can't hit. The rebound is going to result in a tie-up, I believe. And possession will favor the Warriors.
I like what the Raiders are trying to do. They're trying to get it inside to Ongman, who has enough size to post her defender up and move to the hoop. She's just not able to execute those shots, but great job overall to the Raiders' offense.
Butler backing down the other way, finds room against Thompson and scores underneath. Chloe Butler now with 5 points in the contest. And the Raiders moving the ball up the floor the other way. Thompson. Now to Hill. Fernandez gives it up to Lyman. Lyman to Holster. The Raiders had an advantage for a moment, but they allow the Warriors defense to reset. Here's Hill. She tries one from 8 feet. A high arcing shot won't go, but Macy Thompson is there for the rebound, and she gets fouled. So Thompson will head to the line for 2. 1:30 left to go in the third quarter. That foul, by the way, now puts both teams in the bonus for the remaining 90 seconds, and Thompson's first free throw is no good. She'll get another. No subs in for either team here. Second free throw coming up for Thompson. And that one is going to miss the rim, so Crosspoint will get a clean inbound on the baseline. Riley Paulson bringing it up. Out there with Howard, Mahan, Fenner, and Butler. Paulson lofts it to Butler on the block. Goes to work against Thompson again. The shot is up. She's fouled. Butler likes that matchup she's got down low, and Crosspoint trying to exploit it here late in the third.
Back-to-back trips to the free throw line for either team within a span of about 5 seconds on the clock. We've got about 77 seconds left until the fourth quarter.
Butler here at the line. She is 1 for 5 so far, but made that one. 6 points for the game for her now. Another free throw is good. Give her 7 points on the contest, and her team a 35-16 lead. 1:12 to go in the third. Lyman has it, head of the key, bounces it to Fernandez, now to Thompson for a free throw line jumper that won't go. Rebound tracked down by Hill. She is fouled on her way up, and so it will give Tess Hill 2 free throws. Scoring has been tough to come by for Lost River here in this period. Tess Hill has both of Lost River's 2 points in this period so far. Trying to knock down a couple at the free throw line. First is good. Second one coming up. No good. The rebound is tipped up and tracked down by the Raiders. Thompson trying to find Holster in the paint, but the ball is again knocked free. Players on the ground, and a held ball favors the Raiders. Under a minute to go now in the third. And an 18-point game. Holster trying to find someone to inbound to. Looks to the corner to Lyman for a quick triple. It rattles out. The rebound pulled in by Butler. Butler fielding some contact, trying to get the ball up the floor. Crosspoint beats the press and scores 2 off the hands of Kiera Mahan. Mahan's first points of the night. The Raiders with it now, 10 seconds separating the shot from the game clock. Timeout is called, I think, was it an official timeout? Oh, yeah, Macy Thompson running off the floor. I think she might have had a bloody nose or something, and so we're going to get Camden Cantrell into the game and make sure that Macy's okay, but I think we're ready for basketball. Inbound pass goes to Lyman, throws the pass to Fernandez. Her shot blocked on the wing by Paulson. The rebound is going to be the ball going out of bounds is last touched by the Raiders, and so the Warriors get it, and a great shot blocked by Paulson here on the near side. Keeps her team up by 20, and they could take the last shot of the period if they want it. Shot clock is off, 23 seconds to go. Paulson races in, gets to the free throw line, lofts it to Butler, back outside to Paulson, sets her feet for a three, splash! 15 points for her first made three of the second half. 10 seconds to go in the period. Lost River trails 40-17. They've got the basketball, 4 seconds to go. Hill, a shot from the mid-range won't go. Mahan ahead to Fenner. No shot, though, to end the third quarter. Crosspoint Christian carries a 40-17 lead into the fourth. Back with more next on the Geno's Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Getting set for the fourth quarter today in the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com as we get started for the final period between the Crosspoint Christian Warriors and the Lost River Raiders. It is Crosspoint who leads 40-17. 5 on the floor for Crosspoint. It's Butler, Mahan, Howard, Paulson, and Hogan. For Lost River, Fernandez, Holster, Cantrell, Hill, and Lyman. Quick two on the left side for Chloe Butler. That's how we get things started in the fourth quarter for Crosspoint Christian. Ahead for the Raiders. Fernandez throws it to Cantrell in the corner, then to Hill on the wing, then to Lyman straight away. Lyman back to Hill on the left elbow, trying to find Cantrell underneath, but the pass taken away by Howard. Here come the Crosspoint Christian Warriors, led by Riley Paulson into the front court. A left-handed dribble. She drives the left lane, down to Butler. Butler throws it outside to Howard. Howard drives right into the middle of the floor, off the window and in. Natalie Howard with 4 points. That's her first made field goal of the game, and she puts her team up 44-17. Cantrell has it on the left side. Rolls the pass to Holster. Has some room in the paint, but it closes quickly, and a tie-up for the rebound is going to favor the Raiders. Subs in for Lost River. Thompson and Ongman return. Fernandez and Holster to the bench. Also going to see Emma Powell check in for Crosspoint, and Sayuri Serrano Lopez and Olivia Fenner. All right, here we go. Raiders to start with the basketball. Thompson looks close to Ongman, goes up with the shot. Ongman is fouled. She gets free throws. Taya Ongman, her first look at the line today, and she's got 2 previous points. Had Taya Ongman on the show earlier this week, Ballin' in the Basin, which you can hear Thursday nights on 104.3 and 960 Sports, or grab a podcast of it on mybasin.com. Tia's grandmother, Diane, back in 1974, was the very first girls basketball coach in Lost River High School history. Said she didn't have much of an impact in her deciding to play basketball, but has been supportive in just about every other aspect of her life, which is great, but I do find interesting that it hasn't touched basketball quite yet. Ogman's second free throw is good, 44-18 the score. Crosspoint bringing the ball up. Emily Hogan throws it to Paulson here in the near corner. Quick three, no good. The rebound is pulled in by Olivia Fenner. She's harassed down low in the paint, but no whistle. Cantrell with the takeaway. Has it along the far sideline, then gives it up to Hill into the front court. Here is Lyman, back to Hill, back to Cantrell. She tries a three, leaves it short. Ball goes out of bounds. Warriors get it. Here's Emily Hogan bringing it up for Crosspoint Christian. Has it now with the right hand. Throws the pass to Paulson, down underneath to Serrano Lopez. She goes up with the shot and gets fouled. And so a couple of free throws coming up here for Sayuri Serrano Lopez. 0 for 2 at the line so far in the contest. She's got 2 points, both of them coming in the first half. Trying to get Crosspoint closer to that 30-point margin if they can try to put a running clock on Lost River here at home. One step closer after that made free throw. Timeout is called. We'll take it. 45-18, 6:19 to go in the ball game. Crosspoint Christian leads Lost River. Back with more after this on mybasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
45-18 the score. Crosspoint Christian leading Lost River. 6:19 to go in the ball game. Crosspoint has continued their suffocating defensive play against Lost River. A shorthanded Lost River team lost one of their top scorers, sophomore Isabel Herring, earlier in the season. Doesn't look like she'll be able to return this year, so Lost River trying to make it happen without her. They've had a good game plan here tonight. It's just that they haven't been able to execute it when it comes down to scoring the basketball. Right now, their leading scorer, still Karime Fernandez with 4 points. Free throws coming up for Sayuri Serrano Lopez. She is going to miss her free throw. That was the back end of 2. And so here comes Lost River going the other way. Cantrell has it on the left end, now gives it up to Thompson. Throws it over to Lyman. Pass comes back to Cantrell. She can't control it. Winds up with it after losing her defender. Triggers a three. It's too strong. And the rebound goes to Crosspoint Christian. Riley Paulson lofts it ahead to Emily Hogan. All alone in tight. She can't score. Rebound is taken in by Serrano Lopez. She's going to get tied up down underneath. And possession will favor Crosspoint Christian. Olivia Fenner to inbound. All right. Fenner gets it to Hogan on the right wing. Then to Paulson on the left side. Paulson back to Fenner. Head fakes a three, then drives in. Up with the shot, off the glass and in. Another tough bucket down low for Olivia Fenner. She's now got 9 points in the game. Pass goes to Cantrell, to Thompson. She turns it over to Serrano Lopez. Gives it up to Paulson. A bucket here for Crosspoint would give them the running clock. They throw it ahead to Hogan. Outside to Paulson for three. Bingo! Paulson with another three. That is now 4 in this one. 18 points, and her team up 50-18. Ogman has it in close, off the glass and in. Taya Ogman now has 5 points in this one. 50-20. Under 5 to go in the fourth quarter. Riley Paulson gives it up to Emily Hogan. Hogan driving the left side, now tries to bring it up top of the key, throws it to Paulson in the corner, uncontested left wing three, no. Rebound falls to Hogan, she goes up and gets fouled. First free throws coming up here for Emily Hogan. She's got 5 points otherwise on a made triple and a made 2-point field goal earlier in the first half. Tonight's broadcast on mybasin.com brought to you in part by Klamath Falls Subaru, who through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. First free throw off the mark from Hogan. The second one finds its way home, 51-20. 4:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Lyman throws it to Hill. To Ongman in close. Her shot bothered by Fenner. Gets her own miss. Ongman goes back up with it and gets fouled. Ongman now with 7 points in the game and a chance at more with a free throw here at the line so far. She's 1 for 2. Here's Ongman's free throw. It is no good. The rebound tipped out by Crosspoint. Macy Thompson to inbound. Again, running clock still going. 4 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 51-22, inbound pass taken away by the Warriors. They roll it ahead to Emily Hogan. Bounce ahead to Serrano Lopez. Beautiful transition basketball. Won't lead to a bucket. Here's Camden Cantrell. Nearly travels, then gives it up to Lyman on the wing. She takes a shot with her feet on the line. About as long as a two as you'll find. Lyman scores. 5 points for her. 51-25 the score. 24 the score, 51-24, 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Hogan in the corner, a three is good. Second made three of this half for Emily Hogan, and 9 points on the ball game. 54-22 is our score. And Lost River going to answer the call with a 2-point bucket on the other side. Down underneath, that is Emma Powell. Her shot in close won't go. .246 to go in this one. Lost River with it. Ongman underneath against Powell will get fouled. Taya Ongman to the line. That'll be Powell's first foul, third for the team here in this quarter. Again, the clock stops here for free throws and timeouts, and that's it. Ongman's free throw is good. One more coming up as Howard checks in. Serrano Lopez checks out. I think that might be her final foul of the game, too, as I heard the buzzer. So I think her day is done. And she exits the game with 3 points. Ongman's second free throw is no good. Howard gets the rebound, bothered by two Raiders, and a tie-up is going to give Crosspoint the basketball still. And actually, they're going to say it's Raiders basketball. And they've also stopped the clock, so inside of 30 points, typically the clock's not supposed to stop, but regardless, Howard gets the inbound pass. Ahead to Emily Hogan. She picks it up about half court. They throw it to Riley Paulson, then to Olivia Fenner. Can't quite haul in the pass, but Lost River takes it. And there they go, clock running again. They've got it, 2:18 to go, 53-26. Crosspoint Christian in front of Lost River. Pass down underneath to Ongman, goes to work down low. Ongman tries to go in close, but she can't get that one to drop. Bit of frustration on her end, but the Raiders keep the basketball.
The Raiders are doing the right thing, even if Ongman is not on today. The Raiders are still doing the right thing and getting it down low to her.
Thompson inbounds quickly to Lyman. She goes up quick for two. 7 points for her, 53-26. 53-28. 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Paulson with it on the right side. Trying to take it around the left, and a timeout is called by Crosspoint Christian. We'll take it 2. Minute 34 to play in the fourth, 53-28. Back with more next on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
53-28, 134 to go in the ball game. Crosspoint Christians led out onto the floor by Powell, Howard, Hogan, Lexi Hogan, and Riley Paulson. Inbound pass goes to Emily Hogan. Has it here, top of the key. Emily dribbling it out here, a minute and a half to go. Pass comes near side to Lexi Hogan. She tries a three, no good. Tess Hill pulls down the miss for Lost River. Ahead to Mackenzie Lyman. Lyman to Cantrell. They whip it to Thompson from 13 feet. She scores. Macy Thompson with her first points of the game after that make there. Makes it 53-30. Hogan throws it near side to Paulson. Can't bring it in cleanly, but she does keep the basketball. Paulson throws it to Howard, cutting in low. She brings it back out beyond the arc. Now back to Paulson. Paulson dribbling between the circles with her left hand is going to give it up to Lexi Hogan. 12 to shoot for Crosspoint. They give it over to Emily Hogan, who gets fouled. And so Crosspoint Christian will have to, I believe Emily Hogan just checked out of the game, so they're going to bring in, they got to find somebody. By the way, Camden Cantrell just picked up her final foul, so she is done. Her night finishes with 3 points.
Good timing, though, because there's only 30 seconds left in the game.
Also going to see Olivia Fenner check back in, as Hogan did have to check out of the game. Shot clock is off. Crosspoint could dribble this one out. Howard has it between the circles. Going to throw it to Lexi Hogan. 21 seconds remaining now. Hogan to Fenner in the corner. Fenner driving baseline. Rolls it to Powell, and Powell's going to try to kick it back out to Paulson, but they turn it over. It's going to ultimately be, not a turnover actually, as Lost River tipped it out. Paulson going to get this inbound pass into Powell. Rolling it outside to Howard. Tries a three as the game expires, and she won't get it to go. 53-30 the final. We'll be back to recap this one for you in just a bit. Get you ready for the boys varsity contest as the gym at Crosspoint Christian School starts to fill up. Back with more of the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week after this on mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts Too, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts Too on Facebook.
Final score for the Crosspoint Christian Lady Warriors defeating Lost River 53-30. Let's run down our leading scorers for you. Crosspoint Christian led by the freshman Riley Paulson with 18 points. They got 9 each from Emily Hogan, Olivia Fenner, and Chloe Butler. They got 4 from Natalie Howard, 3 from Sayuri Sordano Lopez, and 2 for Kiera Mahan. Your scorers for Crosspoint Christian. For Lost River, they were led by Taya Ongman. She had 8. Karime Fernandez had 4. Forgot Mackenzie Lyman. She had 7. 3 from Tess Hill and 2 each from Macy Thompson and Carla Navarro, your scorers there for the Lost River Lady Raiders. For this one, it's going to be a win number 12 for Crosspoint Christian on the season, and they are now winners of back-to-back ball games. For Lost River, they fall on the season to 9-9 on the season. Their next time out will be against Bonanza on Tuesday. Crosspoint Christian's next time out will be against Rogue Valley Adventist on Tuesday. We're going to take a quick break here on mybasin.com. When we come back, we'll be getting ready for the boys varsity contest, which is just about 15 minutes away. You don't have to go anywhere. Stay right here on mybasin.com. Back with our continuation of the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week next.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. About 6 minutes and 22 seconds left to go till our second game of the day between the Lost River Raiders and the Crosspoint Christian Warriors. First one was a good game. The Crosspoint Christian Warriors, the girls, won that game. We're about to go into our second game.
Crosspoint Christian's been a good team so far this season. They're 7-1 in league play, 13-4 overall this year. Lost River Raiders, they're not where they have been in years past, 7-9, but still a formidable 2A team. I'll be excited to see how these guys match up. Usually, when you get Crosspoint Christian against a 2A team, they typically perform pretty well against anybody, regardless of classification. So it's up to Lost River to try to stand tough, use their depth. They've got it tonight, and try to come out with a road win.
All right, we'll be right back with more pre-game breakdown on mybasin.com.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games, all around the county. Specifically, when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community engaged.
3 minutes, 24 seconds left to go till tip-off. I'm Walter Hartley, joined by Josh Eldridge, coming at you live from Crosspoint Christian High School. We opened with talking about the Raiders and the Warriors. Looking at their records, the Raiders coming off of 2 losses. First to Lowell, 52-33, and the second to Trinity Lutheran, who is a great program, 78-23. The Crosspoint Warriors, however, are coming off of 2 wins. First one, 61-23 against North Lake. They traveled to North Lake for that one. And then the last game that they played was last night against Gilchrist at home. 65-27 they won. So should be a good game between these two programs. We've already covered them once each this season. Last Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week, we were back here covering the Warriors against against Chiloquin, excuse me. So yeah, looking forward to covering these two teams.
Kind of an interesting thing happened last time out for Crosspoint Christian in that last game of the week. Wound up as a forfeit loss against Chiloquin, even though they had outscored the Panthers in that game. There was an ineligible junior varsity player that played the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter, and, well, Crosspoint Christian wound up self-reporting in that fact and wound up giving themselves the forfeit loss. Coach Moore taking responsibility for that. The right thing to do, just an unfortunate error. That's Crosspoint Christian's only loss in league play right now, so that's also their only loss in their last 4 or 5 games, too. So they're really playing good basketball right now. I expect to see good things from them.
We'll be right back after a quick 1-minute break with starters and tip-offs on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week. We're bringing you tonight's broadcast live from Crosspoint High School as they host the Lost River Raiders. About to get starters underway. Here we go. All right, we'll start with the Lost River Raiders. Their starters now, number 5, a senior, Connor Guthrie. Number 10, a senior, Kellen Dunley. Number 24, a sophomore, Keegan Dunley. Number 33, a sophomore, Parker Staunton. And number 2, also a sophomore, Jeremiah Kokel.
Brad Johnson, the head coach of the Lost River Raiders. Ryan Freeman, his assistant tonight.
And now, the Crosspoint Christian Warriors boys roster. Your home team today. Number 0, a junior standing at 6'4", Caden Moritz. Number 2, a senior, 6'2", Davis Hartwell. Number 14, a junior, standing at 6'1", Trey Johnston. Number 23, standing at a whopping 6'5", a senior, Clayton Turnage. And number 44, you know him, a senior, 6'5", Brock Throne.
This team has got a lot of size, a lot of skill. Brock and Clayton down underneath for Crosspoint Christian. That's tough for any team to contend with.
Yeah, and then you've got a great slasher in Caden Moritz and a great three-point shot in number 2, Davis Hartwell.
Davis Hartwell. Not many 1A schools can claim they've got a Division I athlete on their team. These Crosspoint Christian Warriors can. Davis Hartwell made his commitment earlier in the year to go play golf at Oregon State University. But boy, I mean, he shoots the basketball well. He putts well. There's just something about putting the ball through the hole that Davis Hartwell is really darn good at.
That's a great point. All right, in the circle for both of these teams, we'll start with the Raiders. Number 33, Parker Staunton. And then number 44, Brock Throne for the Warriors. The Warriors immediately win tip-off, and Hartwell comes down the left wing. Hartwell gets it to Johnston. Johnston swings it to Moritz. Moritz inside the Throne, back out to Johnston. They'll swing it around to Hartwell on the left wing. Hartwell takes a dribble, passes to Moritz. Moritz with a great entry pass to Throne. Throne working against 2 defenders, puts it up. It gets tied up for a jump ball. And the Warriors are held scoreless on their first possession as the Raiders take over.
Like that from Lost River. If you can tie up Brock in the paint, neutralize him a little bit, they did their job there.
Bringing it down the floor is Jeremiah Kokel. They'll work it around the outside. Couple of quick passes from the Raiders as Dunley hands it off. Now Kokel. Kokel to Dunley. Dunley with a pull-up mid-range. Won't fall. Bring it down the floor now is Johnston. In the middle of the key now, gives it up to Hartwell for 3. Won't fall. Moritz picks up the rebound. Won't make it, but Turnage is there to clean up the boards. He'll get his team on the board as the Warriors lead 2-0. 6 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first quarter. The Raiders immediately take a long three. That's Keegan Dunley. He'll miss, and Trey Johnson will come back the other way. Picks the ball up on the left wing. Now to the left corner for three. That's Moritz. Won't fall, and Throne picks up the rebound, puts it back up, and is fouled.
Brock Throne, the reigning Mountain Valley League Conference Player of the Year. I had his head coach, Tim Moore, on the show a couple weeks ago, and he said that Brock had maybe gotten away with just being the big kid on the floor for a lot of his basketball career, but last year decided, in Coach Moore's words, to learn how to play basketball. And he worked on his footwork, got stronger, and, well, he won Conference Player of the Year last year, and now as a senior picking up right where he left off.
Throne will miss his first. Looking to get on the board, and he will. He'll sink his second. 3-0, the Warriors lead. 6 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first. Dunley gives it up to Kokel. Kokel, great move to the hoop, decides to give it up to his teammate Staunton for three, won't fall. Johnston coming back the other way on the left side of the floor now for the Warriors. Johnston gives it up to Moritz on the left wing. Moritz, great entry pass. It's Turnage. Turnage will miss. Moritz has it now. He'll give it to Throne. Throne in the high post. He's double teamed. Now to Turnage. Turnage to Johnston. Johnston spins. Gives it to Hartwell in the left corner. Hartwell dribbles up. Gives it to Johnston in the left corner. Now driving into the paint. He'll miss the floater. Turnage gets the rebound and puts it up. Won't fall. Throne now with the ball. Gets fouled 20 times. No whistle.
Yeah, seriously.
The Raiders bring it back the other way. This is Dunley on the left side of the floor. Gives it to his teammate Guthrie. Guthrie back to Dunley. Dunley will kick it to Staunton, who goes baseline on Throne, misses it, and Moritz picks up the rebound. Hartwell comes up the right side of the floor for the Warriors. Surveys the grounds, gives it up to Moritz. Moritz on the right wing, now to Hartwell in the right corner. Great entry pass to Throne, and Throne puts it up, getting an easy two. He has 3 points, and his team leads 5-0. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first quarter. The Raiders trying to return with a shot of their own. Kokel will miss, and Johnston brings it up the left side for the Warriors. Gives it up to Hartwell on the right wing. Hartwell double teamed, now to Johnston. Johnston drives baseline, kicks it to Turnage. Turnage gives it to an open Moritz, who drives into the paint, puts up the layup, won't fall. Dunley rebounds it, gives it up to his brother Keegan Dunley with a layup, won't fall. The board is cleaned up by Kokel, who also misses his, and they'll kick it out to Guthrie. Guthrie takes a three, won't fall. Kokel gets his pocket picked, and Hartwell comes up the other way. 1v2, puts up the ball, looking for contact. Found a lot of contact, no whistle though, and he'll travel. Again, 5-0. The Warriors lead the Raiders at home. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first. Guthrie will bring it down the floor. Now to Dunley on the left wing. Dunley to Keegan Dunley on the top of the key. Now to McDonald. McDonald drives to the paint. Kicks. It's Dunley. Dunley to Guthrie. Guthrie going to work against Turnage. Had Turnage and Throne in his face. Misses. They'll get the rebound, however, and kick it back out. Now McDonald for three, and this is front iron. Warriors have it now, and Hartwell's bringing it up the floor. Hartwell calls for a screen, hands it off to Johnston. Johnston now to Moritz on the left wing. Moritz in the middle to Throne. Throne trying to kick it back out to Hartwell, gets intercepted by Dunley. Dunley pushes it ahead to Kokel. Kokel on the left wing now against Brock Throne. He'll give it up to Dunley on the left wing. Dunley now to his brother Dunley on the right wing. They'll give it to Kokel. Kokel now gives it up to McDonald. McDonald back to Guthrie. Guthrie to Dunley on the left wing. Now in the left corner is McDonald. McDonald gives it up to Dunley on the left wing, who will pull up a three, won't fall. Dunley finds the rebound and puts up another three from the right corner. This one hits, and the Raiders are on the board. 5-3. The Warriors lead by 2 at home. 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Johnston gives it to Moritz on the right wing. Beautiful entry pass to Brock Throne. Just floats it up so Throne can get it and put it up. Easy bucket for Throne. Puts the Warriors ahead by 4. 7-3, 2 minutes 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Raiders trying to respond. Missed 2 shots, and Johnston bring it up the other way for the Warriors. Johnston on the left wing working against Dunley. He'll give it to Moritz, who's open on the left corner, drives baseline, puts up the layup, and it's good. 9-3, the Warriors up by 6. 2 minutes 30 seconds left in the first. They'll give it to Keegan Dunley for 3, and he'll hit.
3-pointers keep you in a game. Lost River's got 2 of them here in the first.
9-6, 3-point game here. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. Another beautiful entry pass to Brock Throne, who puts it up. 3 defenders on him, gets his own rebound, and this one hits. 7 points for Brock Throne, and his team leads by 5. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Dunley gives it up to Dunley on the left wing. Now passes it to McDonald on the right wing. McDonald back to Kokel. Kokel to Dunley on the left wing. He'll skip the pass to the right wing to his brother Dunley, who gives it up to Kokel. Kokel picks up his dribble, gives it up to cutting Dunley, whose pocket is picked by Hartwell. Davis Hartwell with an easy layup after a steal. And 13-6, the Warriors lead. 1 minute 30 left to go in the first quarter. Guthrie on the right wing, working against Turnage, gives it up to Keegan Dunley. Kokel will now take it. Drives, floater off the glass. That was a beauty. Warriors coming back the other way. Johnston gives it up to Moritz. Moritz on the right wing. Another beautiful pass to Throne, who puts it up, won't fall. Turnage there to clean up his miss, and Turnage gets the foul. They'll call it on the floor. Boy, a lot of contact down low. Warriors struggling to get a whistle.
Brock Throne is such an easy target for these guys to hit down low. You just throw it in his general direction, and he's got such long arms. He's got such height. He's liable to bring it in from anywhere. He'll stay on the floor here, and it looks like one other sub in for Crosspoint Christian. Wade
Johnston gives it up to Turnage in the right corner, who gives it to Petrick on the right wing. Petrick getting harassed. Picks up the ball and gives it up to Turnage on the high post. Now to Moritz. Moritz drives, puts it up over about 2 defenders, and it's good.
Strong bucket there by Moritz. Just took the contact, cutting into the rim. That was a beauty.
15-8, the Warriors lead under 40 seconds and counting left to go in the first quarter. Missed 3 there from the Raiders as they'll kick it out to Keegan Dunley. Dunley now to Kokel. Kokel to Staunton. Got some great passing here. Simmons puts up the shot, won't fall. Turnage now to Johnston, who brings it up the floor for the Warriors. Johnston slows it down, gives it up to Moritz. Moritz puts it up over 2 defenders, gets fouled on the shot, and he'll have a trip to the line. Good, strong move from Caden Moritz. Draw the foul. He'll have 2 shots. Gino's Cafe on East Main Street is open every morning at 6:30, serving their famous breakfast burritos. They're served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. Order online at iloveginos.com or on DoorDash. Moritz misses the first, but he'll make the second. His team leads 16-8. 7 seconds left to go in the first. Dunley passes it ahead, finds Kokel for 3, won't fall, front iron miss. Rebound recovered by Moritz, and there's the horn for the first quarter. 16-8, the Warriors lead at home. We'll be right back with more second quarter action on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
(16-8), the Warriors lead at home. Entering the second quarter, I'm Walter Hartley, joined by Josh Eldridge. Great game we have going tonight. Warriors having Moritz Hartwell, who hits the three. Hartwell gets his team up to 19-8. The Warriors lead. 7 minutes, 49 seconds left in the first. Like I was saying, turnage, Hartwell, Throne, Johnston, and Moritz on the floor for the Warriors. The Raiders trying to work it inside to Jed McDonald. He'll put it up, and it's out of bounds. Hit the shot clock. Warriors have it going the other way. For the Raiders, they've got in Overcash, Staunton, Simmons, Dunley, and Dunley. And Coco will hit a three. 19-11. The Warriors lead by 8.
That was Davis Hartwell, actually, Walter. That's all right, but that was a three for Crosspoint. So 22-8. That's all right.
22-8. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left till half. The Raiders turn the ball over, and the Warriors have it coming up. Johnston on the left wing. Dribbles over to the right wing. Gets a double screen for Hartwell. Misses front iron. Raiders coming back the other way. We've got Staunton. Now it's Dunley. Dunley gives it up to Staunton. Now to Kokel. Kokel on the right wing looking to drive against Johnston. Can't do it. Tries to pass to his teammate Jed McDonald, but the ball rolls harmlessly out of bounds, and the Warriors have the ball. Johnston brings it up nice and slowly for the Warriors. Gives it up to Moritz on the right wing. Moritz, beautiful entry pass to Throne. Throne back out to Johnston. Open Hartwell for three, and it's good. Davis Hartwell, 3 threes.
Cannot leave him that wide open, and that was product of the gravity created by Brock Throne. He sucked in the defense, passed it to Johnson, made the extra pass for three. Great job by the Warriors.
They'll get him on a travel, and the Warriors have the ball again. Coming in now for the Raiders, number 5, Connor Guthrie, and number 10, Kellen Dunley. They'll send McDonald and Kokel to the bench. Moritz on the right wing gets it to Throne. Throne tried to quick pass it to DeJong, couldn't get it. And the Raiders have it coming the other way. Dunley passes it out to Keegan Dunley for three. Misses side. Kellen Dunley now on the right wing. Thought about a three. Decided to put the ball on the floor. Kokel on the left wing. Kokel kicks it out for three. Won't fall. That was Staunton with the miss. Hartwell brings it down the left side of the floor for the Warriors. He'll skip it around to Johnston, who drives into the paint, puts up the ball, won't fall. Brock Throne finally a whistle in his favor down low, and he'll go to the line.
Man, he's probably feeling the exact same way. He's been hacked a few times down there tonight. Now he gets his first free throws.
He's been banged up and hacked all afternoon.
He's a member of the Crosspoint Christian football team, which were state runners-up this year. Lost River Raiders, of course, football state champions. They've got plenty of players on that team who are also on this team. Drew McDonald, Connor Guthrie, Kellen Dunley, Charles Overcash, Keegan Dunley, Parker Staunton, Jeremiah Kokel. Those are the guys I know for sure that were on the football team this year.
Throne splits his trip to the line again. 26-8. Warriors lead. Dunley gives it up to Keegan Dunley, who skips it to Staunton. Staunton now to Guthrie. Guthrie tries to drive. He'll get a blocking foul. I think they'll charge that to Hartwell. Nope, they'll charge that one to DeJong.
I didn't think he was anywhere near that play, but...
Me either. Me either.
Thought it'd be Petrick, but maybe 13, 33. Those are close enough to each other.
Give or take 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Guthrie misses the first. Guthrie also misses the second. That's picked up by DeJong. Given over to Hartwell on the right side of the floor. Hartwell slows it down, gives it up to Johnston on the right wing. Johnston now to Petrick in the left wing. Petrick trying to get it into Brock Throne, who has hands all over him. Throne throws it out of bounds, and the Raiders have the ball.
Good pressure applied by Lost River that time, forcing Throne to make the errant pass. But there you see the gravity again. I mean, he had 3 Raiders on him. Just trying to find someone on the perimeter, and it resulted in a turnover. But
the Raiders passing it around the outside. They've got Staunton. Gives it up to Guthrie. Guthrie going to work against Petrick. He'll give it up to Kellen Dunley. Kellen to Keegan. Keegan now to Kokel. Kokel trying to get it to Staunton, and Guthrie is the one who takes the 3-point. He misses, and Petrick picks up the rebound. Petrick looking for someone to give it to. He'll give it to Johnston. Johnston on the left wing. Entry pass to DeJong, back out to Johnston. Johnston tries to drive baseline, picks up his dribble, puts up a mid-range, and he'll miss. Last to touch it were the Raiders, and the Warriors have possession. 4 minutes, 14 seconds left to go till half. The Warriors lead 26-8 at home. And the Raiders will take a timeout. We'll take one right along with them. We'll be right back as the Warriors lead 26-8. 4 minutes, 14 left to go. Back after this.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week. Warriors have possession. The Raiders tipped it out of bounds last. 4 minutes, 14 left to go until half. Warriors lead 26-8. Mortz to throw it in for Crosspoint. He's looking around the floor. He'll find Petrick, the top of the key. Petrick back to Moritz. Moritz looking to drive, kicks it to Hartwell. Hartwell open for 3 in the left corner. He'll miss, but Throne's there to pick up the rebound. Throne puts it up through contact, no whistle. Raiders have it. This is Kokel. Brings it down the floor, kicks it out to Staunton. Staunton now to Keegan Dunley, who misses. Hartwell slow things down for the Warriors. In the middle of the floor now to DeJong. DeJong now to Moritz. Moritz back out to Hartwell. Hartwell to Petrick on the right wing. Hartwell in the right corner into Throne. Throne gets tied up. Great aggressive defense from Keegan Dunley to force that jump ball, and the Raiders have it.
I think there's been a few times where Throne has been fouled that he hasn't got it called for his favor, but overall, Lost River doing a really good job of just making things hard for Brock Throne underneath.
If you want to shut down Crosspoint, Throne's where you'll start. Kokel kicks it out to Guthrie. Guthrie now to Staunton. Staunton to Dunley, now to his brother Dunley. Staunton kicks it out to Dunley on the right corner. Now to Dunley on the right wing. He'll dribble around and hit Kokel on the left wing. Kokel looking to drive, tough move. It's knocked out of bounds. Last to touch it were the Warriors. Looked like he tried to split the defenders and just lost the ball in doing so. Guthrie will throw it in for the Raiders. Guthrie will find Kokel, who puts up the mid-range, won't fall. Shot clock goes off as the Warriors bring it down to the other end. Petrick hits DeJong as the cutter. Petrick now to Throne on the free throw line. Now to Hartwell for 3 from the left wing. He doesn't hit it, and the Raiders have it going back the other way. Full court pass attempt from Dunley, knocked out of bounds by Davis Hartwell. Raiders have it sideline out. Kokel will throw it into Guthrie on the left wing, now to Dunley on the right wing. Dunley loses his dribble, gives it up to Staunton. Staunton back to Dunley on the right wing. Dunley against DeJong, now to Staunton against Brock Throne. Raiders looking to swing the rock, trying to find someone that's open. Dunley will take it himself into the paint, puts up the shot, won't fall. DeJong picks up the rebound and gives it up to Davis Hartwell. Hartwell, now to Petrick on the left wing. Petrick back to Hartwell. Hartwell to DeJong. DeJong trying to get it to Brock Throne. He will. Throne trying to get back out as he was triple teamed. Throws it to the Raiders. Kokel bring it down the floor. Gives it up to Dunley for a step 3. And it'll hit. 26-11. The Warriors lead. 1:45 left to go until half. Davis Hartwell in the middle of the floor. Gives it up to DeJong on the right wing. DeJong skips the pass to Petrick for a long 2. Too much strength on that one. Dunley knocks it out of bounds off of DeJong. And the Raiders have the ball.
Heads up play there by Kellen Dunley to bounce that one off the Warriors player, and quite a few substitutions in for both teams.
5 on the floor for the Raiders is Drew McDonald. We've got Kellen Dunley, Keegan Dunley, Kokel, and Overcash on the floor. For the Warriors, we've got Hartwell, Moritz, DeJong, Turnage, and Johnston. Warriors will swing it to Johnston on the left wing. Now back to DeJong, to Hartwell on the right wing. Back the other way, eventually finds the hands of Johnston for 3, and it'll fall. Trey Johnston puts his team up 29-11. 55 seconds left till half. The Raiders looking to swing the ball. There'll be some tuffle on the floor. No shot.
See who they charge the foul to. Both players got tied up with each other. Looks like they're giving it to Dylan DeJong. And so Lost River will keep it.
And now in for the Warriors comes Aiden Brewer, a junior standing at 6'0". Raiders get it in. McDonald picks up his dribble, gives it up to Dunley. Dunley at the top of the key. Decides to pull up a 3, and it won't fall. Wow.
Great hustle by Dunley. Chased down his rebound enough to throw it off another Warriors player. Back-to-back times he's done that. That was fantastic hustle.
Kellen Dunley will throw it in on their own baseline. He'll find Kokel for 3, won't fall. A little bit too strong, but the rebound is picked up by Overcash. Overcash loses the ball and is given to Johnston for the Warriors. Johnston brings it with 18 seconds left to go until half. They could take the last shot if they wanted to. Shot clock is off. They'll hit Hartwell on the left wing for 3, and it'll fall. The Raiders trying to beat the buzzer. Didn't quite make the shot. 32-11, the Warriors lead the Raiders at half. We'll be right back with our Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show on mybasin.com. Back after this.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food.
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
Monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. The Warriors lead 32-11 at half. I'm Walter Hartley, joined by Josh Eldridge. Just want to go over some leading scorers here. For the Raiders, it's Keegan Dunley, who hit 2 threes for 6 points. Behind him are Connor Guthrie for 3 points and Jeremiah Kokel with 2. And for the Warriors, Davis Hartwell has hit 4 threes for 14 points in the first half. And Brock Throne helps him out with 8. Great play we see from both of these two teams. We're seeing that Crosspoint's just able to make the extra pass a little bit easier than they've let the Raiders.
Yeah, I think Lost River's not playing bad at all. I think that the disparity between these teams is a little bit inflated. Lost River hasn't shot the ball particularly well, but they played good defense against Crosspoint Christian, as good as you can hope for against guys like Brock Throne. They've made it tough for him on the interior. They've lost Davis on the perimeter a couple of times, but that's where he makes his money. So you expect him to hit a couple threes against you. I'm not dissatisfied with the way Lost River's playing. They just got to find the bottom of the bucket a few more times. They're down by 21. It's going to be tough for them to come back in the game, but they're certainly not out of it. If they can try to cut the lead to 10 or 11 by the fourth quarter, they can make an interesting game out of this for sure.
I agree with you. I think that they've done a really good job of shutting down the main asset of the Warriors, Brock Throne, leaving him to only 8 points in the first half. You know, that shows how good Brock Throne is, saying he only has 8 in the first half.
Right.
But to shut him down like that, I shouldn't say shut down, but to kind of get in his way like that with a little bit of help from the refs.
And he had 6 of those points in the first quarter, and so only 2 in the second. That's a good adjustment made by Coach Brad Johnson. I imagine he'll have more to go over in the halftime locker room, and so I'll be curious to see how they not only guard him, but try to also contain Hartwell. And Caden Moritz did a great job scoring a few points somewhere in that first quarter too. So, I mean, Crosspoint Christian is just a good basketball team. There's no two ways to put it. Lost River has yet to really find their identity all the way this season, right around 500. So now's a chance for them to try to dig deep and find out who they are.
I like what you were saying about Moritz, how he's really helped the team. He's been a great facilitator.
Yeah.
I've seen some beautiful highlight level entry passes to Brock Throne where he's just put it right in the bucket, just hit the bullseye.
And he's also hit Davis on the perimeter. There's a play I can recall specifically where Caden received the pass on the left wing. Davis was out to his left. Instead of just passing it to him right away, took a couple of dribbles inside the painted area, took the defenders with him, and then found Davis open in the corner for a three-pointer. That's just high basketball IQ, and Caden has that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Good drive and kick. Good basketball we're seeing from these two teams. We'll be right back with more Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show after a quick 1-minute break. The Warriors lead 32-11 on mybasin.com.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. Warriors lead 32-11 at half. We want to go over some scores from yesterday, a little recap of what happened. Mazama visited KU, and KU beat them 69-40. Last night we were at Henley as they hosted Phoenix, beat them 67-36. Now for your 2A classification, Bonanza lost to Lowell last night, 46-62, and that's a forfeit. I believe that Oak Ridge forfeited to Trinity Lutheran.
Yeah, Oak Ridge forfeited to Trinity Lutheran. I think Culver and Lost River had their game postponed yesterday also.
Okay. And then for the 1A classification, Chiloquin beat Harvest Christian by 30 points, 70-40. And then Crosspoint Christian held Gilchrist to 27 points as they scored 65. We also want to give you a score update for the Tech men's basketball team going on right now.
This will be the women's basketball team.
Tech is after this, yeah?
Yeah, so the women's team is playing right now, and looks like third quarter, 6:11 to go. The Tech women leading Evergreen State 52-33. That game is actually being broadcast right now on the radio on 104.3 960 Sports. The men will start about 5 o'clock over on 92.5 KLAD.
All right, we'll be right back with more second half action as the Warriors lead 32-11 at home. Back after this.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
I see what you're saying.
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week. Here on MyBasin.com, we bring you tonight's broadcast live from Crosspoint Christian High School as the Warriors lead 32-11 against the Lost River Raiders at home. We're entering the second half now, and the Warriors have possession. 5 on the floor for the Warriors are Moritz, Johnston, Throne, Turnage, and Hartwell. For the Raiders, It is Kokel, Guthrie, Staunton, Dunley, and Dunley. Johnston dribbling it around the outside of the three-point line on the right wing, kicks it to Hartwell on the top of the key for three, won't fall. Bring it back the other way is Guthrie for the Raiders. Guthrie picks up his dribble, gives it up to Dunley for a straightaway three, won't hit. Dunley with a tough rebound down low, misses the putback. Turnage kicks it out to Hartwell, who is in a fast break opportunity right now. He'll miss. Guthrie runs the floor. Transition three, no, front iron. Kokel drives against Throne and misses short. Turnage trying to give it up to Johnston. It's poked away by Dunley. Dunley gives it up to his brother Keegan Dunley, back to Kellen Dunley. Dunley drives into the paint on Turnage and puts it up. 32-13, the Warriors lead, 6 minutes and 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Tough foul. The Warriors have it side out.
Lost River playing good defense here already. And that'll hopefully lead for good offense on their part.
Johnston gives it to Moritz on the left wing. Moritz now to Hartwell. Hartwell back to Moritz. Now to Johnston. They find the high post, Turnage, who immediately gives it back out to Moritz. 14 to go on the shot clock. Moritz under pressure gives it to Turnage. Turnage looks to drive, gets it poked away. Running the floor is Kokel. No one in front of him, and easy layup. Great play from the Raiders there. 32-15, Warriors lead. Another steal for Kellen Dunley. No one in front of him, puts up the layup, misses. He'll put back his own miss and gets fouled from behind by Clayton Turnage. Things are going the Raiders' way in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter.
That's a perfect example of good defense leading to easy offense, and we're going to have a timeout called by Crosspoint Christian.
Crosspoint has a timeout. We'll take one with them. The Warriors lead 32-17 at home. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left until the fourth quarter.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts Too, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts Too on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th Anniversary Cafe Game of the Week. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter as the Warriors lead 32-17 at home. We just saw Crosspoint take a timeout after a couple of steals and made lays from the Raiders. Looks like Kellen Dunley just hit an and one shot, and he's at the line now to take his one free throw. Warriors come out of a timeout. They'll line up, and Kellen looks to complete his three-point play. He won't. He'll miss off the back rim. Picked up by Throne, given out to Moritz. Moritz on the right side of the floor, going to work against Kokel. He'll give it up to Johnston, who looks to drive, kicks it back out to Hartwell. Hartwell now to the corner to Johnston. Johnston into Turnage to Brock Throne. Open layup. Beautiful play from these Crosspoint Warriors. And they're now up 34-17. Raiders working it around the outside. Kokel will now give it to Dunley. Keegan Dunley now to Staunton, now to Kellen Dunley. Kellen to Guthrie for three, misses strong. Johnston will bring it up the right side of the floor. Gives it up to Moritz on the right corner. Moritz, great pass down to Throne. Throne triple team, gets his own miss, puts it up, and is finally called a foul. Throne will have 2 more free throws at the line. 10 points on the night. 2 points in the second half.
He's got to be flirting with a double-double now as far as rebounds go, too. He's just so good at gobbling those up down in close. And Lost River's done a good job of trying to keep him off the glass, but that is a tall task.
Throne misses the first. Are fouls drawn an eligible stat for a double-double or a triple-double? If you get fouled 10 times.
I think any stat should realistically count, aside from like plus minus or
Fouls
something
given.
like
that. You can't get into double digits, though.
Yeah.
Throne. Misses the 3. And Kokel brings it back up the floor. Kokel looking to drive to the paint. No help defense. He'll miss anyways. Throne with the rebound. Gives it up to Johnston. Johnson on the left side of the floor now for the Warriors. He'll give it to Hartwell. Open for 3. That's good. Hartwell. His 5th three-pointer of the game. He has 17 on the night. Guthrie responds with a 2 in the paint. 37-19. Warriors lead. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left until the fourth quarter. Johnston getting harassed in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline to Hartwell. Hartwell skips it across court to Moritz, who gets fouled and goes to the line. That was a great pass from Hartwell to find the open Moritz cutting to the rim. And Moritz is rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
I think he's a really underrated part of this team. I mean, we talk so much about Brock Throne, 6'5", Clayton Turnage, talk so much about him. Obviously, Davis Hartwell with his shot. But Caden Moritz does so much right. His timing is really what impresses me about watching him play.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way that he's able to facilitate, he just sees the court in a certain light that allows him to hit on opportunities that others might miss. Moritz makes the first. He'll make the second as well. 2 for 2 from the line. Or, excuse me, 3 for 4 from the line tonight. 39-19, the Warriors lead. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third. Keegan Dunley looking to give the ball up, and he will, but the Warriors take it over. Hartwell now on the right wing. Pulls up a 3. He was open, but he misses. Turnage gets the rebound, puts it up, won't fall. Brock Throne gets the third offensive rebound of that possession, and he'll put it in. Throne with 12 points on the night. Raiders looking to respond. McDonald in the paint, puts up the mid-range, won't fall. Hartwell on the left side of the floor. Thought about pulling up a 3, said he'll pull up his dribble. Gives it to Turnage in the paint. Turnage trying to find Johnston, and he's fouled. DeYoung will come in now for Turnage.
That's the 4th foul as well for Lost River. One more will put the Warriors in the bonus.
Beautiful touch pass from Brock Throne to find Moritz cutting to the rim.
That was wonderful. What a touch pass.
That was Jokic level passing right there.
I mean, that came right to him, and he kind of like patty caked the ball right back to Caden underneath. Just slapped it back to him. That was fancy.
Must have spent some time in Europe or something. Johnston gives it to Hartwell. Hartwell crosses the half-court line, trying to give it back to Johnston, and yes, that's a foul. Johnston was body checked by a Raider, and the Warriors will still retain possession.
I think you might need to get it.
They're in bonus, yeah. So Johnston will shoot 2 at the line. The mission of Pacific Power Foundation is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through charitable investments. Over the past 5 years, the foundation has awarded over $13 million to nonprofit organizations. Johnston will make the first.
Johnston, a member of that Crosspoint Christian football team, wide receiver, a little bit of quarterback in him too. His dad's the head coach.
He'll make the second. 45-19, the Warriors lead. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left to go until the fourth quarter. Trey Johnston, 5 points, 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Dunley will bring it down the floor for the Raiders. Gets it to Simmons. Simmons hits the cutting McDonald, who's guarded closely by Throne. Simmons with a tough floater and hits it over Throne. The Raiders get a turnover. This is McDonald on your left side. Gives it up to Kokel for 2. And the Raiders still have a little bit of fight left in them. 45-23, 2 minutes 36 seconds left in the third. DeYoung trying to go to work against Overcash, picks up his dribble, hits the open Throne, immediately gives it up to Hartwell for 3. Hartwell going off today, already 6 threes.
Man, his form is so good on that catch and shoot pull-up jumper. You don't see much like that at the high school level.
Like I was saying, Hartwell, 20 points already. Not even the end of the third quarter, he's got 6 threes.
Impressive.
48-23, 2 minutes 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Raiders look to respond. If they're going to make something happen, they better do it soon. Kokel looks to drive on Throne, double clutches, tries to hit his man, won't. And McDonald picks up the miss. Kokel trying to hit Simmons again, rolls out of bounds. Warriors have the ball. Hartwell hits Moritz on the right side of the floor. Moritz looking to drive and kick to DeYoung. It's off the foot of Simmons. Warriors have it underneath their own basket. Moritz, beautiful touch pass again, just like they drew it up. Brock Throne gets another assist, and Moritz gets another basket.
As he's walking up the floor, Brock Throne with a big smile saying, "That's the second time I've done this." That's great.
Found a new talent there. Kokel gives up to Dunley. Dunley for 3, fires and makes it. Keegan Dunley with 9 points, 3 made threes. 50-26, the Warriors lead. Minute 15 left to go till the fourth quarter. Ball is stolen by Kokel. Kokel looking to drive against Throne. Up and down, travel. Warriors have the ball. Minute 9 seconds left until the fourth.
It's tough for Jeremiah Kokel to go in against the much taller Throne. Just ran into him there and came back down, but some good sportsmanship after the fact.
Hartwell to DeYoung, DeYoung to Petrick. 2-pointer, won't fall. Moritz gets the rebound, puts it back up. Too strong, Raiders have it. Let's see, we got ref timeout, shoe tie.
Got to keep those shoes tied. I think this is the only time where someone says, "Hey, your shoe's untied," and you actually trust them, you know, and you go down and check it. Usually it's followed by "made you look," but not in this case.
We gotta see if Getman will do that for us one day. Jeremiah Kokel brings up the floor, gives it to Keegan Dunley. Dunley to Overcash, back to Dunley. Dunley with a floater from the free throw line, won't hit. Hartwell pushes the pace up the floor. He's guarded closely by Kokel, and Kokel will foul him. Hartwell will go to the line. Turnage checking in. They tell him he's got to wait till after the first free throw. He'll sub in between. Hartwell misses it after it dribbles around the top of the rim. And Turnage will come in for Moritz. Hartwell misses again, rims out, and it's picked up by Overcash. Overcash coming back the other way for the Raiders, gives it to Kokel on the right wing. Kokel picks up a 3, won't fall. Keegan gets the rebound and gives it up to McDonald, who also misses. Petrick with a tough rebound. Lots of contact on that play, gives it to Turnage. Turnage back to Petrick. Petrick to Hartwell. Petrick's open for 3 in the right corner, misses front rim. Turnage with a tough rebound and put back. No whistle on that play, and that horn is the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back with more fourth quarter action as the Warriors lead 50-26 at home on mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. Warriors lead 50-26 at home at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Raiders have possession. Point disparity of 24 points. Kokel on the right wing trying to hit the cutter. Kellen Dunley. It's off the foot of Trey Johnston. Five on the floor for the Raiders are Kokel, Dunley, Guthrie, who has the ball right now, Jed McDonald.
See Charles Overcash out there too.
Overcash, yeah. Overcash gives it up to Kellen Dunley. Kicks it out to Guthrie. Guthrie for three, leaves it short. Overcash is able to save it, but it's picked up by Turnage. Got a foul on Overcash. So the Warriors retain possession. 7 minutes, 32 seconds left on the clock as the Warriors lead 50-26. DeYoung gives it up to Johnston. Five on the floor for the Warriors are Petrick, Johnston, DeYoung, Throne, and Turnage. Overcash with the go-ahead steal, puts up the layup, and it's in. Charles Overcash gives their team 50-28. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. DeYoung to Johnston, Johnston to DeYoung in the right corner. DeYoung trying to get it inside to Brock Throne, but it's off the foot of Kellen Dunley. Caden Moritz will come in for DeYoung, and he'll throw it in on their own baseline. Resetting the clock here. Moritz gives it to Petrick, left corner for three, gets his own rebound. Petrick now to Throne on the left wing. Throne to Turnage on the right wing. Throne out of Petrick on the left wing. Petrick skips the pass to Turnage on the right wing. Turnage to Johnston at the top, now to Petrick on the left wing. Johnston for three, leaves it short. Overcash gets the rebound and gives it up to Dunley. Dunley pushes it ahead to Guthrie. Guthrie looking to drive. Beautiful move to the cup, and it's in.
What a take there by Guthrie. Went past four Warriors and put just the right amount of touch on it.
Guthrie has 7 points on the night. 50-30, the Warriors lead by 20. 6 minutes and 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Petrick on the left wing gives it up to Johnston at the top of the key. Johnston to Moritz. Moritz, entry pass to Throne, back out to Moritz on the right wing. Moritz for three, misses off the front of the rim, and the Raiders pick it up. Overcash pushes it ahead to Dunley. Dunley now to Kokel for three, over Johnston, won't fall. Turnage and Throne pass it around before giving it up to Petrick, who crosses the half-court line. Petrick guarded closely, and it's stolen by the Raiders. Kellen Dunley with a steal and a lay. 50-32, 18-point disparity now as the Warriors lead at home. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth. Petrick to Turnage. Turnage trying to hit the cutter. It's picked off again by Kellen Dunley. Kellen Dunley pushes it ahead to Guthrie, who's fouled with the body on that layup, and he'll shoot 2.
Lost River doing a great job of creating steals and opportunities for themselves to score and get to the line here. 18-point disparity with 5:19 left to go in the fourth. You worry that it's not too little too late for Lost River.
Guthrie 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Make that 2 for 3. We'll make his first, and Staunton will come in for Overcash. DeYoung comes in for Turnage as well. Guthrie makes his second, 3 for 4 on the night. 50-34. The Warriors lead, 5 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. Beautiful pass from Throne to Moritz. Moritz dribbles it in, misses the lay. Coming down the other way is McDonald, who pushes it ahead to Guthrie. Guthrie in the right corner. Now to Dunley, back to Guthrie, open for 3 from the wing, misses off the front of the rim. Trey Johnston, one person to beat, that's Staunton. He'll give it to Hartwell, takes a mid-range, and that's cash.
All 3 levels for Davis Hartwell. He can score in close, he can score from the mid-range there, and we've seen him hit a bunch downtown already.
52-34, the Warriors ahead, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Dunley swings it to Guthrie. Guthrie back to Dunley, give and go action. Dunley for 3, won't hit. Johnston brings it up the right side of the floor now for the Warriors. Passes it ahead to Hartwell. Hartwell, long 3, can't make it. Dunley bring it up the floor for the Raiders. Pass it ahead to Guthrie. Guthrie on the right wing, and a full timeout from Coach Brad Johnson, on the Lost River Raiders. So they'll take a timeout. We'll take one with them. The Warriors lead 52-34. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left in the game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. Here's the Warriors lead 52-34 at Crosspoint Christian High School. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left in the game. I'm Walter Hartley, joined by Josh Eldridge. Good game we've seen tonight from these boys. Kellen Dunley leading the charge ahead in the second half with a couple steals and a couple lays. He's really been bringing the energy for the Raiders.
Lost River's been playing some pretty good basketball, I think. They're playing a little bit quick, maybe too quick for themselves, but I mean, here in this fourth quarter, they're creating opportunities. Like I said, you just worry that it's too little too late at this point, but they're playing well here in the fourth.
Kellen Dunley gives it to Connor Guthrie on the right wing. Back to Kellen. Kellen gives it over to Keegan Dunley. Keegan Dunley now to Kokel. Kokel back to Kellen Dunley. Kellen Dunley hits a fadeaway from the free throw line, and it won't fall. Kellen gets the steal back, puts the floater up, and this one, shooter's touch.
There you go, the steal leading to 2 points, though. That's been the recipe for the Raiders in the second half.
Kokel guarding Moritz closely. Moritz to Johnston at the top, the three-point line. He'll give it to DeYoung, open for a wing 3, and he'll hit. Here we go. Dylan DeYoung gets on the board with 3 points here in the fourth quarter.
Parker Staunton with a lay-in on the other side for Lost River. Quick 2 points the other way.
Johnston trying to break the press, and he'll give it up to DeYoung. DeYoung mean mugs by about 3 defenders, and Guthrie brings it on the other side. Guthrie with a layup through contact. 15-point disparity now. Hartwell to Johnston on the right wing. Johnston to DeYoung on the left wing. DeYoung kicks it to Hartwell, open for 3, off the back iron. And DeYoung trying to get that rebound. It's off his hands. Raiders have the ball. 15 points, like I said, to go for the Raiders to catch up. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left in the game. Guthrie getting fancy, kicks it to Dunley. Dunley now to Kokel. Kokel working against Johnston. Hits Dunley on the right wing. They'll swing the rock to Guthrie. Thinks about a three. Decides to drive. Tough layup. Misses. Hartwell, great hustle. No one ahead of him. Shows speed. Puts up the layup and is fouled by Kellen Dunley. Great play and one for Davis Hartwell. What can't that guy do?
Pure hustle on the part of Davis Hartwell to come up with the steal and one on the other side. Beautiful play.
Davis Hartwell, he's got 24 points in this game. 0 for 2 from the line, though. 1 for 3 now as he'll hit that. Completing his three-point play, 58-40. 18-point disparity, 2 minutes, 16 seconds left to go in this contest. Raiders have a lot of ground to make up.
Balin Kundal checking into the game as well for Crosspoint Christian.
Guthrie on the left wing gets it to Keegan Dunley. Keegan Dunley to Kokel. Kokel to Staunton. It's stolen. Johnston coming up the left side for the Warriors. Johnston going to work against Kokel. Johnston drives into the paint, puts up a floater, and it's in.
Good touch.
60-40. Warriors lead. Minute 44 left in the game. Three from Keegan Dunley. He has 4 threes on the night. Johnston bringing it up the floor for the Warriors. He'll give it to Balin Kundal, who's guarded closely by Kokel. Johnston, left corner, gives it up to Hartwell on the right wing. Hartwell backs it out. He's got time, 10 to shoot. Johnston drives, puts up the floater, ridiculous. 62-43. A minute left to go in the game. Kokel with a tough lay through contact. Won't get the whistle, won't get the basket either. Johnston bringing it up the left side of the floor. We've got a 30-second timeout from the Warriors. We'll take a timeout right along with them as the Warriors lead with 52 seconds left in the game, 62-43. Live from Crosspoint Christian High School on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe Game of the Week. The Warriors lead 62-43. 52 seconds left in the game. Warriors have possession, and DeYoung will pass it in. DeYoung now to Balin Kundal. Kundal to Toner. Toner on the right wing, back to Kundal. Toner to Kundal. Kundal now swings it to Paulson. Paulson for three, won't fall. He'll give it to Connor Guthrie, who brings it down the other side of the floor for the Raiders. Misses the lay. It's picked up by Toner. Toner will bring it down for the Warriors. 25 seconds. Shot clock is off. Kundal for three. Misses front iron. Gets his own rebound. Kundal. It's poked out of bounds by Jeremiah Kokel for the Lost River Raiders. And the Warriors have the ball with 14 seconds left in the game. Again, they lead 62-43. DeYoung gets it inbounds to Toner. They'll swing the ball around, and DeYoung will skip past it to Balin Kundal. Kundal, a lot of contact there. Refs are letting him play. One. That's the buzzer. And that's the game, folks. The Warriors won 62-43 against the Lost River Raiders at home. We'll be right back with our post-game breakdown on mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe Game of the Week. The Warriors win it 62-43 against the Lost River Raiders. Going over some leading scores here, we'll start with the visitors. Leading scorer for the Raiders was Keegan Dunley with 12 points, and close second is number 5, Connor Guthrie. Guthrie had made 3 of those off of free throws. It's also worth mentioning that Keegan Dunley hit 4 threes. On the Warriors side of things, Davis Hartwell had 25 points, 6 threes, and an and 1 play. And bringing it up, second place, Brock Throne had 12 points, 8 in the first half and then 4 in the second half. All right, giving you their updated records for the Lost River. It'll be an overall record of 7-10, and in a league, well, this isn't a league game, so leave you with that. And then the Crosspoint Warriors, they have an updated record of 14-4. Great basketball game we had tonight here. Big thank you to Coach Brad Johnson from the Lost River Raiders and his assistant Ryan Freeman. Thank you also to Coach Tim Moore for Crosspoint and the assistant PJ Balbin. Anything you want to add, Josh?
No, just always love coming here to Crosspoint and seeing the home team grab a couple of wins. That's always what I root for. Like the home team to come away with a couple wins, send the home crowd home happy. The Crosspoint girls won, the Crosspoint boys won, all is well. And our next Geno's Game of the Week is also going to feature the Lost River Raiders. Want to put that out there. They're playing Bonanza on Tuesday. I believe that game is at Lost River High School. Wherever it is, though, Walter, you're going to be out there for it for another edition of the Geno's 40th Anniversary Game of the Week. Circle your calendars for Tuesday whenever the Antlers and the Raiders get together. It's a fun one.
All right. Thank you. Good afternoon and bye for Josh Eldridge and Walter Hartley.